Hello. Mars is a heathen who shall be late because she dares have a life outside of stream. But I am gonna be a good little content creator, and I'm gonna promote. Hello, Lex. What you drawing? World building workshop to start. Faces, very nice. Hello, Jim. How are you? I know, Pastry Puff. How dare she? I can't believe it's so unprofessional to have a life outside of streaming. You know, it's just, I can't believe her sometimes. It's ridiculous. Hello, Rage. Yeah, but you know, it's this position filled, but I don't know. Her review is not gonna look good with her being late. I'm gonna have to write her up, dock her pay. Where are all my things? Hello, Mason. Yes, Mars will be making no money until she actually shows up on stream. Around Ace Tooney, we love our payment jokes. I'm a terrible boss. I'm the worst boss anyone could ever have. I pay my employees very badly, and I work them like dogs. I'm absolutely unable to process what I'm attempting to do right now. This is what I'm trying to do. Stream stuff. Okay, come on. This definitely has promo channel. There we go. Come join for art fight in spirit. Motivation, I guess. Motivation. So how is everybody? It's Thursday. I'm glad the dog is gone. Dog has been returned to her loving parents, where she will be slightly less upset about her existence. She did not enjoy my company, but she lived, and she ate all her food this time, so that was good. That was nice. But she was definitely unhappy to be at my house. Very glad that she went home. But alright, I have a ton of art fight things to do. I have a long list. I got one. I got attacked between last time and between the weekend when I got caught up on all my things and this time. It's for right motivation. Ooh. Alright, I think that no, there's one more place to shill. Shilling takes so much work. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. This one. Motivation. Woo. Oh, snap. Alright. Well, I only have one revenge, and you is somebody from your server, Rage, and that is what I'm going to be starting on. But I have a long list of, a long grouping of sketches that I have begun. I sadly did not get through all of the people on my hit list for sketches. I think I have one more that I have to do. Oh my goodness, please. There we go. Nice. I have a lot. I have a lot. Let's start with this, though. So this is my revenge that I must do. But then I also have this attack from a person in a completely different server that I feel we're being bros now. Then I have this one. Oh, and there's one more piece to it, though. this one, which is for somebody that I'm an art fight mutual with. I have this one that I think they followed me, and so okay, that's a good way to like that's a good way to get my attention on art fight. Yeah, Rage, I'm very thankful that my job is kind of chill, so I can sketch a lot. And then I've also just been neglecting doing other jobby things. Not job things, jobby things. But I think what happened is this person followed me, and then I looked at their characters, and then they in their thing said like, if you make them hot, I will die, or something like that. And I was like, I guess I've been summoned. So you have him. And then last but certainly not least, I have, well, technically there's two more. One has a bird beast in it. But this one is, I wanted to show, and I'll try to remember if Allie shows up as well. But we've done a lot of talking about, hello, Esdrock, trusting the process. Yeah, exactly, Rage, exactly. I was like, I was summoned. You want your character hot? Here I am. I mean, honestly, the character was already pretty hot, so, like, I didn't have to do much work. But we were talking on Tuesday's stream about, like, trusting the process and everything. So this sketch gave me a ton of agita. God, was this so difficult to do. But, I got... That's what I started with, guys, okay? I wanna... That's what I started with. And technically, it's the wrong way. I need to flip it. There we go. That's what I started with. And after way too much work... Oop, that's what I ended with. So, we got there. We definitely got there. But it does look very different. Is my voice deeper today? Is just me? I mean, nothing I noticed, but, you know, I listen to myself all day long, so who knows? Uncertain. Am I just... it's Ori Samar today. But yeah, so God, did honestly, it was mostly Sinnet. Sinnet was being a little bit difficult with this pose, but I had like a very specific scene in mind of these two shark characters splashing in a I don't know, I wanted them to do a little splashy, and I'm very happy with how it's turning out. So technically there is one more. Let me grab it. Oh my goodness. Last but certainly not least, we have the creator of the Bird Beasts character and their Bird Beast. This should be convert brightness to opacity. There we go. And so, yeah. That's everybody then. Hello, Allie! I was just speaking of you. Allie, I wanted to show you my trust the process today because honestly, it was a real struggle. God did it not want to work, but I was adamant because I had a very specific idea in mind. And technically, there's a second one. So I started with this. This is the very beginning. Now there's a fair amount, there's a significant amount of steps in between. We have this step as well was in there somewhere. But, you know, first step, somewhere along the line, second step, Sinnet was giving me a lot of difficulty. But then, last but certainly not least step, we have... I did it! There we go. Trust the process. Very, very happy with it. But alright, let's get crack-a-lackin'. We going? I want to get lots of lines done today. Mars is out daring to have a life outside of streaming. Her brother dared to have his birthday on a stream day. And, you know, she was like, family's more important than stream. I can't believe her. I've lost what I was doing. I'm on the wrong tab. I don't know words. You're in the wrong something. And something. I know, Estrock. It's so inconsiderate. Ew, a birthday indeed. How dare anyone get older? Hey, sounds like a good day, Mason. Yeah, and then, like, you know, remembering the day you were born and, like, doing stuff about it. Cringe, am I right? Yeah, exactly, Estrock, exactly. Choose a different month. Pick a different month. That would be the considerate move. So this first one is actually a revenge. Because someone dared to attack me. But it has been the only revenge I have gotten since I got caught up on all my revenges. So I'm happy about that. Okay, that is not the right ear shape because I'm being dumb. Ooh, there we go. I know, right, Pastry Puff? She needs to get with the program. Mars is just falling behind. She hasn't learned the secrets of immortality yet, and I'm starting to think she never will at this rate, you know? How terrible. You know, at a certain millennia, you just stop celebrating your birthdays, and you know, the fact that she is still celebrating birthdays means, I don't know. We're supposed to all be above humans. We're artists. We're artists and aces. We're above humans. That's the some of the like AI bros talk about artists like they are like magical mystical beings and nobody could ever be an artist if you're not born an artist. And it's just like, bro. Bro, if I was born an artist, I'd be better than this. Yeah, there you go, Mason. Yeah, you're just a collective of words on a page. Yeah, exactly. Let me just forget all that time I've spent. No, apparently so, Esther. Apparently so. Apparently only people with the gift can draw. Can be creative. They do fear a collective mind. Named after Ninja Turtle. I actually have not seen those two groups come together. I kind of honestly expected them to be fairly like that Venn diagram was a circle. But I don't know. Yeah, that was the thing, Rage Fate. Rage, did you watch Lavender Town's thing? Or is this just a thing I was unaware of people saying? I feel like that would be exactly what they want, though, Esther. I feel like that would be... Because the whole point is they don't want to pay anybody. I feel like... I feel like AI generating NFTs is, like, exactly where that was all gonna go. Like, if you gave me a timeline, you saw a TikTok with it. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure that was Lavender Town. And it was all about, it was like the comments was just one person commenting over and over again about like, you know, like artists were saying how they were like disabled in some way or they had chronic pain or something, but they still did art and like the, you know, the human way. Yeah. So that creator is called Lavender Town, and she's done a couple like full-length YouTube videos on like using using like glaze and nightshade. And so she did one video on using glaze, and then she did a second video on using nightshade because all of the AI bros like came out in her thing and were like, you know, being AI bros about it. It's just wild. Yeah, the blue blood. I can't. Yes, Pastry Puff, you watched the thing too. Oh, I'll have to see this tweet in a second. Yeah, I definitely always on and off watched Lavender Town, but like definitely the AI dunking has been beautiful. It's been great. That's what I'm saying, Mason. That's what I'm saying. Oh, I mean, when AI was like inherently like the art came out like super terrible and like abstract, then it was like call artists draw slaves. That's the most incel shit I've ever heard, though. Oh, that's so pretty, Mason. Love that. Nice. Green Lantern. That's insane, Isdruck. I've heard only good things. So, definitely... That's what would be an interesting one. It is something we plan to see. The one I just saw a little ad for a new Pixar movie called Hopper. And basically their like conscious goes into like a beaver, and then they like can understand animals and stuff in the animal world. But then the last part is a scene where they like stop a bear from eating another beaver, and they're like the bear and the other beaver are like, why'd you do that? And she's like, what? Why did I prevent him from dying? And they're like, yeah, she caught me. Pond rules and whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of here for this. I hope that it's not like a. I hope it's good. I'm cool. I have not ever actually, like, I have seen a lot of things, like, talking about Elio. I saw something that was claiming that they were blaming us about Elio's failure, but my current understanding is just, it was just not marketed at all. It wasn't bad. I haven't seen anything about it being like, oh my god, it was amazing, and like ever. But I saw it being like, it was an okay movie. They just didn't market it. That was my understanding. That's nuts, Estra. Luca, I enjoyed Luca, but no, it is sad, Rage, when people are put down in a way that snuffs out their creativity. There's actually a new YouTube Shorts channel. I wouldn't be surprised if they made it on TikTok as well. But it's literally being about like how creativity is a muscle, and this is like 100-day challenge to like getting your creativity working again, because if you're not using it, you lose it, sort of thing, right? And so I was like, that's very interesting. I hope more people will feel creative from that. I do hope it'll reach people. I'm cautiously optimistic, Rage. I feel like it really matters what the message in the end is. They referenced Avatar, like the Blue People movie. And to me that actually means something in the sense of that it's like, it's not just like TikTok, you know, references, because I feel like that's what a lot of movies are doing, like a lot of like pop culture stuff, like TikTok stuff or whatever. And it's just like, okay, meme culture has not had a mainstay as much. Well, you have to specify it's not The Last Airbender, you know, because that's obviously the better Avatar. But the idea of that they did reference, like, a movie that is like a widely known movie that, like, actually has stuck around in the people's eye, right? Like, a lot of stuff is fleeting these days, right? They're using a lot of stuff that is, like, by the time the movie comes out, all those trends are, like, old as fuck. I think solely, Mason, what made it so cool was the technology of the time, right? If I'm gonna say it, Destruct, nostalgia. It's nostalgia. People remembered going to Avatar in the movie theaters and all of that hype when they were young, like on the younger side. Because, like, I was on the younger side when it came out. So, like, you're not thinking about it. And so then people like it. People went to see the second one. I saw a fair amount of fan art for it, so I feel like people just like cool space worlds and didn't really care about the story. What? Oh, God. They removed queerness from Elio's story? Yeah, I mean, that's been happening a lot. The beautiful CGI water. Yeah, I always remember James Cameron's Avatar being, like, a technical wonder. I didn't find necessarily the story to be particularly crazy, but I also remember being pretty young. So it's like I watched it, like I was there for it at the time. Like, seeing the 3D in the theaters was like a cool gimmick, you know, like IMAX is a cool time, you know, right? Like it's an experience. And I feel like that's really what carried the second one. Hello, Lucy. How are you? I'm trying to focus enough to actually get art fight stuff done. But it's always a challenge. Chat is just too interesting. I did not. Like I said, Avatar came out... How old was I? Like, I was on the younger side. James Cameron... Avatar... God, 2009? So yeah, I was only 11. Maybe 10. I was 11 at best, 10 at worst. It doesn't tell me what month it came out. But... So I was young. You are the distraction. You're the Ron-stoppable. I saw one about trains. Okay, so really, really cool IMAX fact. Okay, I mean... If we're talking about the Bald Kid Avatar movie, Allie, I'm sorry. The Blue People one is better than the Bald Kid Avatar movie. But the Bald Kid Avatar show... I mean, we can't compare. We can't compare. But, my college existed in a city that had one of the only fully 360 IMAX screens, like IMAX theaters. And so a big thing we did during pre-orientation is they would always take us to go and see one. So of course the first one I saw was on space, but the second one I saw was about trains and it was the Rocky Mountain Railroad. I think that's what it was. The Rocky Mountain Railroad. And honestly, that was really cool. There was a whole scene where a train derails and wow, you're in it. Whew. That was rough. That got, you were like right there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, then, you know, no need to see the other avatars. Forget literally any other avatar. I honestly, Estrock, have no idea. And the main reason is because I barely am aware of any, I am only marginally ever aware of a movie's director. Yeah, there's so many moving parts to making a movie and stuff. It can really fall at so many places. And if you have a... I really like, freaking... I've talked about this before and I'm absolutely blanking on his name. The guy we like the aesthetic of. He made Grand Budapest Hotel. Recently it was Asteroid City, right? I think that was the most recent one. Wes Anderson. That's the name I'm looking for. Wes Anderson. I like his movies. I have yet to see... Yes, Estrock, you got it. I have yet to see... okay, my father... No, that's The Sixth Element, not The Sixth Sense, is it? Oh, The Phoenician Scheme. Okay, okay. I love the Grand Budapest Hotel. That's probably my favorite. Sixth Sense. Okay. I have to, like, some of these... the name... Yes, okay, I've seen a good amount of Unbreakable. If The Sixth Sense is what I'm thinking about... It's not. Okay, the only one I can say that I've definitely seen a fair amount of is Unbreakable and The Fifth Element. My father loves The Fifth Element. Hello, Sean. Welcome. How are you? My father absolutely loves The Fifth Element. I remember watching... It was one of those things, Unbreakable and The Fifth Element. I know that's not an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so we're not talking about it. But, Isle of Dogs, I can't rewatch because God did that, like, emotionally get me. Jesus Christ. But my father loves The Fifth Element, but both The Fifth Element and Unbreakable, were, like, movies that, like, came on TV, right? And so, as classic dad mode does, my father just, like, put them on. And while he had seen them, I hadn't. Right? So, like, I have, like, a section of the movie that I recall watching, and then I also have, like, the rest of the movie as a retelling by my father. So, those are my experiences with that. I remember Unbreakable more, because honestly it came up some point fairly recently. It could be, like, a year or two ago, but, like, you know, since beforehand. Where my father taught about it. Well, yeah, welcome. I like to yap while I work on art fight attacks and don't work on them enough because honestly, I need to actually do them. But we're happy to have you. My goodness. I can't believe it's the 3rd week already. Yeah, I only saw Unbreakable, and I was never interested in the other ones. And again, only a little bit. Glad you're back, Allie. Well, I mean, it seemed like you were doing good with the, my brain words. The style, studies. That's the word I want. Was that during your burnout, or unrelated? Where am I doing? I think I'm just gonna be lazy. I know that's not how it goes, but... do I be lazy? No. I'm not gonna be lazy. I'm gonna do it right. Okay. Boop. Okay, there we go. You need to draw my boy? This is the only thing you're... Yeah, no, I mean, for me, Allie, it's always drawn the boy. If I can just doodle my boy, pick a boy, any boy, not any boy. So some boys, not all boys are created equal. Not all my boys are created equal. Afrit is not a burnout getter outer, or he fights back. And Sinnit fought me today, apparently. But I did try to put him in a really weird pose, so... Ooh, that'll be a fun test, like, thing, Mason. Study. I don't know what I want. Ugh. Okay. I need to brain mode again. We're brain moding. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. There we go. That's how lines work. My gosh. Art fight is one of those things where it's very like, alright, the best way to like avoid burnout and do whatever is to just like keep things easy and chill. And then I do something like this. Which honestly, I'm so happy with. So happy with. If I attacked a character named Brian, it could be Brian mode. Brian mode and brain mode, yeah. I love, okay, did anybody see, if Rage hasn't, I will be surprised. But did anybody see, Igor? It's an older movie now. But we got, remember Igor? Brian Brain. I thought that one was funny when that movie came out. I was enamored by that joke specifically. That one got me. You remember it? Didn't see it? No Persona guy. Oh, thank you everyone who liked my little splashy sharks. Yeah, that's also a vibe, Allie. That's also a vibe. That's why I did my, like, that's why I did where it was, like, for characters I really liked, I would have, like, the attack, and then I did the extra sketches. And the reason for that is because it's like, oh, okay, I feel like I like this character too much to not have more than just the, like, front-on facing thing. Because these are easy to do, right? These are easy to bang out. I specifically do it that way because they're easy to do. And if I'm being honest, I really like how they look. You know, they're very profile picture-y, token-y, but I do like that aesthetic. Someone commented at one point they were like very stickers. And, you know, like I said, I do like all that. So, I do like it. But there is a part where it's just like, oh, and then I see people doing, like, full scenes and stuff. So, I definitely am like, if I'm inspired, I'll let myself run wild and free. But only if I'm inspired. Otherwise, I'll let myself be lazy. And by inspired, it's not like, oh, if I didn't do that, I didn't like your character. It's more like, if I did it, it's because I immediately saw your character and read their description and had like a thing in my head. Honestly, it's a lot more if you have a good description. I gotta say, guys, if you're not putting anything about the character's personality on your art fight, I think you're missing out. And the reason is just it gives a lot, in my opinion. I definitely always look to it to think of, like, how I'm gonna attack. I always look at the thing. I didn't know people didn't like Chicken Little. 2, I like Chicken Little. I think a lot of people are just inherently against jukebox musicals, and I don't think they should be. I think jukebox musicals can be fantastic. Honestly, I love a good jukebox musical that especially comes out with songs that I know, right? Songs from a time that I know. Because then you can sing along right away. Such a vibe. Yeah, Allie, sometimes there's ones and it's just like a sentence and it's just like, you didn't give me anything. Imagine that. No, that's what happens, Sean. That's what happens. What I like having, like, it's fun having, like, art fight artist friends, specifically, where it's like, oh, I recognize you solely from Art Fight. And on Art Fight, we're, like, pals and stuff. Like, today, I just learned I was on somebody's, like, attack these awesome moots list. And I was like, oh, I feel so blessed and treasured. I was like, oh, that's so cool. But yeah, all of the, like, attacks that I can really think about that I've gone, like, kinda all out for are definitely because I knew, like, character personality stuff. Oh, 100%, Lucy. It's always great. But it's always nice because, like, you know, a lot of Art Fight is, like, you're kind of like a little, like, art Santa. You know, you, like, come in the middle of the night, you strike, and you run away. And it's like, yeah, people know, like, it was you, right? But you don't necessarily interact. And so having, like, just, like, seeing slightly more acknowledgement, it's crazy. Well, Allie, I mean, I knew what you were giving me. So, 1, I had to come out guns a-blazing. And 2, I hope you don't, and obviously this is no rush, but I hope that I will have time to get you back again, because I have 2 other Kai sketches, because I love Kai. I'm sorry, it's all Kai. Kai is my boy. I have a favorite. Your comic doesn't exist yet, but I doubt that anybody will top him. He's all I want. He's all I need. But I have 2 other Kai sketches that I do want to finish. Again, nothing as crazy as the animation. I had that idea, like I said, immediately. I was just like, oh, okay, Caller Kai is really cool, but I actually really, really, really like how I drew him. So, all right. We're doing hybrid form, I guess is what I should say. Hybrid form Kai was definitely my original plan. I was gonna do I was always gonna do hybrid Kai. But then somewhere along the lines, I was like, oh, I did that other Anthro piece that I liked, where the character's, like, gonna eat the book. I was so happy with that one. And so I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can and should just do his, like, monster form then. But then I was like, oh, but I like Kai's human form too. So we got the best of both worlds. And that's all she wrote. Yeah, God, I was doodling a lot of Kai before I did the animation. But honestly, the animation came together pretty well. I'm very, very, very happy with... Honestly, I definitely managed the flame hair. But I definitely, at the end, I was like, with the coloring, I was like, okay, I'm kind of done. I can't do this anymore. I need it to be over. I'm so happy with the ears and the smile, though. those are definitely my favorite part. Oh my god, she's coming out so cute. That's the vibe. That's the vibe. The little fang. We like the little fang. Gotta have a little fang. Gotta have the ahoge. Also, Allie, I mean, I feel very honored that you wanted to try and, you know, do a style study on me. I feel like I've leveled up as a content creator there. Pretty crazy. I love it. This is so good. This is exactly why I'm such a hybrid girly. Okay, and Allie, I just cannot get over how I drew his side profile. Because, like, I saw his hair from the front and that you didn't have any profiles, and I was like, oh, shit. He has very specific hair. And if I try to do it from the side, that's gonna be rough. But then I was like, just cheat it. And he's gorgeous. He's absolutely gorgeous. Is she long lying? Now she's short fang. There you go. I think her name is Luna. I'm pretty sure she existed long before Hell of a Boss Luna, but who knows? I think you did, Allie. I think you got it. Of course. If you can't tell, I picked this character because it's specifically in her lore, it is stated that how werewolves normally have a full wolf form and a full human form, Luna doesn't. She's stuck somewhere in between. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. We ball. Oh, it was so good. I'm so happy with it, Ellie. I'm so glad you like it. Like I said, I made it very hot and I fell in love. You know, I'm just... It's my own fault. I mean, all of the bones were there. Exactly, Mason. And then she got stuck. Very like, if you make that face too long, it'll get stuck. My eyes are tearing up because my allergies finally kicked in today from having the dog. And maybe my voice was lower because of that Estrak. I don't know, but my eye is tearing now. She's gone. Ugh. But I can't stop being allergic. But thankfully that should be solved tomorrow because we vacuum. Ah! Okay. Now the worst part. Erasing everything that overlaps. I mean, you know, you just do them intermittently. I think it's always really fun to, like, have art of your characters like that. With the different styles. You're doing an amazing job at it, Allie. I always get, personally, a little frustrated. I'll, like, try to do it, and I'll be like, doesn't look like it anymore. What happened? Okay. I don't know where that layer is. Luna. That one. Allergies be gone. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Gotta vacuum my car, though. There you are. Boop. Yeah, I have a folder that has Art Fight, and then inside that folder is a folder for every year, and it has my team on it. So it'll have like, guys.
Hello, hello.
quiet or you'll spook the Mars. She'll run away again. Into the night.
Is it safe? Is it safe to come out of the woodwork?
She
I think so. I think so. Hello.
Mars lives!
Oh, of course I live.
We became good enough for her to grace us with her presence.
Oh, come on.
We are finally worthy.
You know I'd never, ever be late without good reason.
Yeah, that's why your pay is docked. We've already discussed.
Ori, you can't dock my pay. I needed to buy my brother a Christmas, no, birthday present. I'm fuck.
Oh,
no,
Christmas
okay,
in July.
okay. No, you, Ori. You know why I'm thinking of Christmas? Do you want to know the present my parents got for my brother? I'm laughing my ass off over it. They got him a grow and regrow snowman kit. Like, it's literally putty. You form the snowman, and then the putty melts, and then you reshape it again. And that's why I said Christmas.
Well then, boo.
Because I took one look at that. I just turned to my parents. I'm like, really?
Christmas in
we
July.
Why?
It's all the snow he'll see ever again.
Truly.
Now that you're here,
truly.
I can eat chocolate while you yap.
Yes, you can. I see some people. Hello, Allie. Hello, Deity. Hello, Mason. Hello, Sean. Welcome. I think you're a new one. Hope you've been enjoying. Hope Ori's been entertaining. Let's see. Estrak, I see you further up there. Hello. Do you believe that's everybody? As far as I could see. Oh, Rage! I see you earlier up there. Not sure if you're still there.
Pastry's
hello
also
if you
here.
are. I am fluent in Japanese, Mason.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, you
Marsberry
just
is.
joined? Welcome, Sean.
Oh, you just joined the Discord. Lovely.
Welcome. I just saw you. Welcome aboard. God, I've said that for like the last 3 people who landed. I need a new catchphrase. I desperately need a new catchphrase. Pastry! Hello.
It's the pirate
Yes.
ship. It's fine.
Tonight was Brother Mars's birthday. So we were celebrating. We were having some cake. We were watching. First, we watched Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And then he chose the Penguins Madagascar movie. So we had a little bit of a movie
classic.
bonanza going on. Oh, yes. This is the second time I've seen that Penguins movie. I don't know. Maybe I was just in my cynical teen years. Or maybe I'm just craving any kind of mindless fun. But I was having a good deal at the Penguin movie. More than I thought I would.
No, the Penguins
stupid
movie
in
was a
just the
good
right ways.
spin-off. The Penguins movie was a good spin-off. And, honestly, the show was great.
Oh, the show was peak. I remember
show
watching that
was
on
fantastic.
Nickelodeon. That
They
one
don't
was
make
so damn good.
I would say that I'm trying to think of the only good spin-off TV shows from movies. I think we got Lilo and Stitch. We've
Yeah,
got
Lilo and Stitch. I've heard the How to Train Your Dragon series is pretty good. I mean, it's at
Really?
least 6 seasons good. So,
I don't think it was good.
can't be that bad.
If I remember correctly,
No.
didn't
Or I
Aragorn be
think you're-
hating on it?
Aragorn be hating on the newest one. I don't think Aragorn be hating on the one with Hiccup and the OG character.
Okay. I have no idea. Never saw
Because
it.
now they have, like, a new character. Tangled was good.
No,
Yes.
Tangled was great.
That one was good.
That's like the
Barnyard
recent
I
one, I
only
think.
saw in passing, Mason. I have seen the movie.
I have
But the
seen
TV show I've only seen like when it
Barnyard
happened
was
to come
fun.
on.
Barnyard was one of those shows
Yuka,
where I didn't
hello.
realize it was a movie originally. You know, hello, Yukon.
It was hard to tell. Honestly, the animation of the TV show looked exactly
They were
like
identical.
the movie.
They were identical.
It was
So I was like, I didn't realize it was a
practically
movie
identical.
that led into the show for like years when I was watching Barnyard. Penguin Madagascar, great. There's one more that I had, and I've lost it.
Drat. What was it? Can you remember the channel it aired
No.
on?
No. I barely know all the ones we named what channel it aired on, and the only ones I could probably get right are the ones that are Disney, because they were Disney
Well,
movies.
Sean, welcome to the art fight. That is super cool. I'll have to check out your profile and see what you got cooking. A movie? A pun person? You'll fit right in here. You'll fit right in here. We are all about those puns.
Ooh.
Pastry
Ooh.
confirmed. The newest show is bad because it's a whole new cast. And
I see.
poorly written.
Okay, it
That
was the new
definitely has
one.
something to do with it.
Oh god, this is, Sean, this is wild, right? Because your name is SRD Draws, right? And that's very, very close in just letters
have
to S-Drock.
That's not going to be confusing at all.
Unrelated, but just like the letter similarities are hilarious.
It's the letter similarities and the first initial letter.
Ooh.
We're going to be screwing that up all the time. No guarantees that we will get that correct.
I like this guy. Which guy am I picking? He's
Ooh.
fine, but I like
We're
him.
picking a guy.
This guy, of course, has horns. Oh, ooh. You have a very interesting design.
Ori, I think you gotta pick the horns.
He's like a half dragon dude. Let me look at the words.
Do it! Do it!
Ooh. VTuber design.
Oh! You got a VTuber?
Alright, I'm liking him. We
do
loved
love
our
our
horned
horned guys around here.
Yes, our
and
behorned
Allie,
characters.
I'll help you out.
shit.
Milano, Ferrix, stop fighting Allie. Behave, you guys.
Oh, what? They're fighting?
They're fighting Allie.
Oh no.
At least according
Not
to
the
Allie.
tag team.
Yes. The tag team of the captain and his right-hand
Okay.
man.
This is tough.
Oh, I'm sorry. First mate. Did you not hear him? First mate.
Oh, but she's so pretty with her wings. Oh, this is tough. You made this difficult, Sean.
All right, Ori. If you have more than 2, you're gonna have to roll a d6.
It's wild. I was immediately drawn to this character. And no, I'm not showing it because it'll be a surprise if Sean can like. But he's definitely like design-wise rather plain, not in a bad way at all. Obviously I went straight to him. I was like, this man from the thumbnail. But
This
overall,
one.
he's pretty
This
plain
one.
versus like this other guy that has all the stuff going on: horns, tail, dragon scales, and all this teeth, all this other stuff. All right, probably this one. He has wings, and I honestly like drawing wings, and I haven't drawn wings in a while.
Oh,
We'll add you.
I forgot to
to
open Ace
one of the
Tooney on
folders.
YouTube. I gotta do that.
Okay, backing down. And winning so far? Oh no!
There we go.
I mean, they are a good tag team. Not gonna lie.
They are. Thank you, Rage. And nothing bad happening, I
The last
promise.
one
A
is
celebration,
so
actually.
Cute.
My brother's
Allie.
birthday was today.
Oh my lord. I don't know, the two little characters.
I mean, Allie, I'm at least one of their parents, so if I tell them to behave, they need to behave. If they don't listen, I mean, I'm in charge of the dialogue. I'm in charge of their personalities. I'm in charge
Okay.
of what happens to them, so they need to behave.
Mars. I was just
Yes.
thinking about, so you're like, oh, you say welcome aboard, right? So we have 3
Yes.
going themes, right? We have law, we have pirate, and we have, of course, like Folding Planets is like space, I guess, technically. Ooh, and tea. So you should have one for each theme. And
We really should.
so you got welcome aboard, right? We have
Mm-hmm.
what's one for like a space thing? I don't know what a space.
See,
one
that's a
would
problem, because Welcome Aboard could work for, like, in
Yeah.
a Star Trek universe.
be. Yeah. Okay, we'll think on that one.
Yeah.
It doesn't work as well. order the
Space
court.
Cadet.
There's very few.
Cadet.
Nah, just go pirate. You got ahoy. You got welcome
Beam me,
aboard.
Scotty.
You got welcome to the island. Yeah.
Welcome to the
Yeah,
island.
hold on,
See,
hold
but for pirates, there's so many to choose from. Welcome to the island. Welcome aboard. Come aboard, matey.
Have you started rigging, Sean? I did a whole thing with rigging, and it's a time.
We did that for
think
at least a month and a half.
Overall, honestly, the head turn is the part that sucked the most. The
Rage,
head turn
you're not
sucks the
wrong
most.
about walk the plank, but I don't know if that's the most friendliest of greetings.
Yeah, that's more like a go away.
We could tell that to the people using AI. Walk the plank.
Well, we'll just have
You
to
think
figure
about
it out,
space
Sean.
travel. I mean, Allie, you're not wrong. It is boats in space. Anyone who's watched Treasure Planet would know that. It's just boats in space.
As if you're being bad in chat. Yeah, we don't ban people, we make them walk the plank.
We make them walk the plank.
It's so funny. I feel like brand-wise, in like profile pictures and like banners and all that sort
We
of stuff.
definitely maintain an image.
We definitely have, I feel like I have good brand stuff. But then stream is such a grab bag and there's not really anything to do about it. So it's
I mean,
hard.
the professional phrasing would be variety channel.
But literally everything else on the YouTube, and it works on Twitch, but everything else on the YouTube is Ace Attorney video game Let's Play stuff, right? That's a wild thing. Crazy stuff. Fish food.
Ooh. Arm static with a loop animation. Pretty clever, Sean.
Yeah, I was not going that ham. I admire your gumption. Because damn, I was very done. I was like, I made it functional.
I don't know. I still think Ori went pretty ham.
I made
all
it
things
functional,
considered.
and that was all I was capable. I was like, I must be done. I have to be done.
It has been
Okay.
done.
And now I just have to, you know, get the courage, I guess, to freaking actually do shit with it.
We like
Actually use her for her purpose.
Have you thought any harder? Or more on that, I should say? Or are we still kind of at square one?
It's I don't know. I think I have to rewrite the script of the one of them at least to be
Ooh,
very
okay.
differently. I think I have to. I feel like I was with the script fighting, not like fighting, but like stuck between like, oh, this is a fun time and like specifically attempting to give education. And I think I gotta just lean into the thing I enjoy writing, which is rants. And I think I just
Yeah.
gotta really lean into it just being a rant. And then I feel like then there's less need for visuals because the rant will be funny.
That'll be a really good balance.
But there are other things that will be happening. I actually have 2 parody songs for the outros. Definitely inspired by OSP, but they're not. OSP doesn't make parodies. She just sings a related quote unquote song.
Are you gonna be playing on a guitar? Ooh, enjoy the food, Rage.
Probably not. Ooh, yummy, yummy. You gotta tell us what you're eating afterwards.
Yes. You're
Okay.
cooking or eating out. Let us know.
This is not working.
My brother requested pizza, so that's
A lovely birthday food.
was quite yummy.
What was I saying? No, that's not the tool I wanted. Okay.
Oh!
My brain died.
Oh, Sean, Ori can relate to the pain with the teeth. That was hell.
Yeah, you guys have not seen it, but
You gave us so
off-stream-
many nightmares, Ori.
Off stream, I actually changed her teeth. So the
Oh,
debut will have some different stuff in it that has never been before seen.
That's nuts.
But do you my brain needs to work. Sean, do you stream? Is that the goal? You're gonna stream with it? Because I'm not gonna stream with mine. She's gonna be for video only. But I am still gonna debut, and I am still gonna do a debut stream. It just will probably
I think it has to happen.
be short, but I have a lot of fun ideas for it, so.
Ooh, dead man tell no tales.
These are all such evil ones, Rage. You're doing the dark side of pirates here. We're trying to be friendly pirates. Nice, Sean. Nice.
What makes it even funnier is my dad and I recently started playing Return to Monkey Island, the newest game. I basically grew up playing the Monkey Island games because that was the series my dad enjoyed, so I played it by proxy and really enjoyed it myself, and that's how I got into point-and-click adventure games in the first place. So when Return to Monkey Island came out, my dad was like, oh, we have to play this. Finally got around to playing it about maybe a week ago now, and all these catchphrases. The reason they're sticking out to me is because there is a part in the game where you have to remember another character's catchphrase for a specific reason. And the way you do it is by flipping through their diary trying to find the catchphrase. Except the gimmick is that the character changes their catchphrase every couple days. So, like, you're like, oh, I found it. Oh, no, wait, this is only page 5, and there's 16 pages of the journal. Keep flipping, guy. Go all the way to the end and find it. Oh, you played those too, Sean? Nice. No spoilers for Return to Monkey Island. We are on chapter 4. I have a feeling that we're going to beat it maybe this weekend, potentially, but we're in the home stretch, and I've been enjoying it. The art style is different. It took some getting used to, but it's very stylized and very creative. And still got the old charm, so no complaints over here. Although I will admit, one of the funniest jokes that was definitely intentional. There is no way it was not intentional. The main character's name is Guybrush Threepwood. And in Return to Monkey Island, he's aged up and he has a kid now. And the kid's name is Boy Brush.
Oh
At least in the dialogue box, it's Boy Brush. So you got Guybrush and then you got Boy Brush. Oh, like. Oh, you guys knew what you were doing. That's how I knew we were in good hands. As long as they remembered the puns, we're in good hands.
All right.
Sean, I will say, I've been having a very fun time with it. Admittedly, my dad and I have been playing it on casual mode. We didn't choose the harder puzzles. We're also playing it on Steam, so there's like extra achievements to get, which has been kind of fun.
Mars, did I show
we've been
you
having a good time with it.
The sketch with Sinnet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
So you gotta look. So this is the trust the process one because God did Sinnet fight me a little here. But this was the starting.
This is
sketch.
the I saw a spider and must stomp it pose.
No, they're splashing in a puddle.
My next guess was gonna be square dancing.
Look at them splash. 2 shark
Oh,
characters.
that's so cute. Oh my god, that's adorable.
So I'm very happy with how the sketch finally happened, but Jesus, before it was fighting. All right.
It's really funny because the sketch for the tail made it look like one of those bigger swords. So it looked like the other character was leaping into the air while brandishing their sword.
That's why it's very
like,
trust the process.
Lex, I didn't know you were here. Well, with that, hello
Lex.
and goodbye.
Enjoy.
Good look at DG stream.
Yep.
That's dichotomy.
Yes.
That's dichotomy, ain't it?
Yep.
Good look at dichotomy stream.
Yell at them for me.
Yes.
They don't allow me in
Who's
there.
brandishing swords right now? Hello, Penguin. And welcome back, Estrock. Welcome back. It was a sketch that Ori did that had 2 shark characters. It had our shark character and then someone else's shark character.
Yeah, it had
I had no
kaijus.
idea, Lex.
Kaijus.
You were so quiet. I didn't even know you were in here.
Thank you, Lex. They were focused. Focused
No,
on the
we're
art.
locked in.
Yeah, we gotta lock
It's
in.
the
Welcome back,
week 3
Estrock.
of art fight. Don't copyright this.
I promise they really can't.
No.
When you're singing it and you don't have like any of the official stuff in the background, it is hard for like a copyright to like because what happens is it like triggers.
Well, thank goodness for that. Because
Like,
with how much we sing,
Let me
We'd
be
be
very
screwed.
specific about my words. If somebody came in and was like, I'm gonna copyright this, YouTube will very likely take it down because they do caution shit. You know, they are basically like demonetize first, ask questions later type deal. So, and that's, you know, whatever, here nor there. But my brain has died. Hold on. Bring it back. But what usually happens is that YouTube can like flag. It will like alert you when it thinks somebody has used your content, right? So it's like if you uploaded a video with a song and then it can like flag it and it'll like notify the creator that like, oh, it thinks someone's using your content in this, you know, and you then have the choice to either say, oh shit, they are, I want to claim it, or nah, they're not, I'm gonna just ignore. And so when we sing it and don't have even like backing stuff or whatever, like it's very hard for the YouTube algorithm to like be, oh shit, I'm gonna flag this as this person's copyright. You know what I'm saying? Did I make any sense at all?
a little bit, I would say.
It's basically like YouTube can scan for the existence of music and other stuff in any video you upload to it. And if it recognizes something as having the same content, it'll tell you. Like, we streamed Baldur's Gate, and it had the song from Baldur's Gate in it.
That feels like so damn long ago.
But it had the song, the Bard song from Baldur's Gate in it. And somebody else uploaded something, Baldur's Gate, with the Bard song. And YouTube was like, is this yours? And I was like, no, it's not. It's not my song. But we just uploaded it first, I guess, or whatever. And so that's what I'm talking about. But when we're singing, like, it's not gonna, like, be like, oh, this you, fam? Because it's obviously not them.
I see.
Yes.
So therein lies the trick.
It's a combination, Estrock, of... Because it at least nowadays, it's not YouTube doesn't automatically copyright claim. It's telling people who are then copyright claiming a lot of the time. So, a lot of times it can be done, like, maliciously. But we're usually pretty good. If it's the specific, like, official music, yeah, there's a possibility. But that's usually, like, they have to, like, come for you, if that makes sense, right? Because
okay, Estrock, I had no idea they were copywriting Rain and White Noise. That's
again,
just...
it's... The problem
Let's
is the
take
fact...
it to the umpteenth level.
The problem is the fact that YouTube and other similar sites basically get leeway of saying you're not responsible for any copyright things that occur on your website as long as you have it in place a way for people to take it down and deal with it, right? So it's like you, the site, won't come into any legal troubles over copyright if you comply when you are made aware of it to stop such a thing. But thus, because there's so many videos and stuff, they take video down, ask questions later, right? Like they demonetize first, ask questions later. Because they don't want to get into something. That's why you have to appeal.
Okay, I see.
Because then you are like, hey, no, this was wrong. And then YouTube may or may not be like, oh yeah, no, they have no bounds on this thing or not. Makes so much sense.
The more you know.
Yeah, no, Sean, I haven't done a lot with like lo-fi stuff and whatever. That's why I use video game music now. Because video game music, because of Let's Plays and because of just the cultural significance of Let's Plays and the culture surrounding Let's Plays with game creators, is that they won't copyright your thing. Because
you could certainly suggest a game, Deity.
They want you to play a game. Yeah. We have a list.
We do. We have a big long.
Is it games? Or is it game? I don't even know. Game list.
Is it in plan?
It's one of those things. Oh, it's definitely in the thing. I had like a thing though. There it is. Game list. So that has all the games we've played, and what games we're thinking about. We will play. But see, Mason, but not for Let's Plays. Right?
Ooh, a game controlled by voice? Have I heard of this one? That sounds
I definitely
vaguely familiar.
I think Limu played it, and
Is that
she
what
has
I'm
a
remembering
short of her like trying to get something to happen, and she's like marginally. She is British, but she doesn't have a strong accent. But then she like did it in like a southern accent, and it finally worked or some shit.
Okay, that whole situation does sound a little bit familiar.
I don't know
like
the
I
name
know
of the
of
game,
this
but I
one.
do know specifically it was like she's talking and she's like, open the chest. And honestly, like I said, like I wouldn't have known she was British. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, it sounds fine. And it's just like, open the chest. And it's like, going left or something. And it's like, no!
Like, no,
open
that's
the
not what I
chest!
wanted.
And it just keeps going back and forth. And she keeps trying until she finally is like, open the chest! And it's like, opening the chest. She's like, what the fuck?
That would be pretty funny. I mean, we do use our voices a lot on stream.
We do.
It'd just be a matter of what does the rest of the game look like?
Fight that game? Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. But yeah, the main question is
It
what
was
kind of
trained on
game
Lada's voice?
is it?
Oh, then Penguin, we got this in the bag.
Yeah, we just make Mars do it. Don't Scream sounds like a horror game, Estrock, and thus will not be on our list.
I'm pretty sure that is a horror game.
Yeah, and thus...
I'm pretty sure that's one of those ones where you have to stay quiet if the monster is in the room. Fairly certain.
Whoops.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of, Estrock. Sadly, no horror for me or Ori.
It's just not my kind of vibe. I'll nope
convince her
out.
to watch the summer Hikaru died.
You act like you were sitting here trying to get me to watch it, and not like you watched it and went, eh.
Because I knew that wasn't going to be your cup
That's
of
what
tea.
I'm saying. You act like you were like convincing,
Doomed,
and it's like
doomed yaoi all over it. You're
Yeah.
gonna cry.
Honestly, that's while the psychological horror is also not my cup of tea. the doomed Yowie is probably the most deterrent,
I feel like
if
the
I'm being
doomed
honest.
Yowie is the bigger deterrent.
Yeah, the doomed Yowie is definitely the bigger deterrent.
One half of the OTP is already dead. That's not spoilers, by the way, guys. It's
episode
in
1.
the goddamn title of the show.
Yeah. So, yeah, no. Honestly.
There ain't no secrets here.
If I'm being honest, doomed anything, kind of against. Doesn't matter the relationship, you know.
Get this, Ori. I think I heard Cyberpunk was getting a sequel.
Yeah, it is getting a season 2.
A season 2, yeah. That's what I
Is
meant.
it a season 2 or a sequel? I don't know. There's a bunch of different things.
I thought it was season 2.
Edge Runners.
But if they went through with those death flags, then it ain't
they
gonna
did.
be with our protagonist.
No, they did. He's gone.
Okay.
He gone.
Okay.
He
Next
gone.
generation, let's go.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's a season 2 or like a different, thing, right? Because that's like, I liked Soul Eater. I won't watch Soul Eater 0 or whatever, because it's not them. Like, I don't know. There's like a certain...
There's a Soul Eater 0?
Yeah, but it's after them.
Didn't
it's
even know
after
about
them,
that one.
and it's a completely different cast. And I was like,
God,
technically
did they
Maka...
do the Naruto thing where it's like their kids or
It's
some
not
shit?
their kids. Maka and Soul are like teachers, I think. But like they're teaching that, and I'm just like, eh.
I could see Maka being a teacher. Like,
Makes
that's an okay
Makes
character
sense.
development.
You said
What
Sir
happens?
Caller, but yeah, that's what I agree, Penguin. Like, I feel like there'd have to be a very, very specific thing where it's just like, I'm trying to escape reality. You know? I want the good
Yes!
vibes.
Didi, I love Twilight Out of
Yes.
Focus.
We love Twilight Out of Focus. We also
Couple-
like Sasaki Miyano.
I've
If
ever
you haven't
seen.
done
Sasaki
Sasaki Miyano,
Miyano,
Lucy,
very, very
gotta. Yeah, 100%. Or Berserk. I will never read Berserk. I will never associate with Berserk.
Well,
Dylan watched
Ori,
Berserk.
That has the
Yeah, Guts is
added
from
bonus
Berserk.
of a shit ton of gore, which is also not
which
your
is
cup of tea.
also not my thing. I can handle some. Like, we're at like Castlevania level. I think that's the best like description. I'm okay with the Castlevania level of gore. It happens sometimes. It's definitely used, but it's not constant all the time, every moment.
Constant barragement
And every
of gore
fight
all the time.
isn't like totally eviscerating people all the time. Right? Like, you watch them fight, and it's not every single fight is just complete and utter literal like
viscera.
Yeah. It's like it happens and it's used specifically to show like the evil guys being evil.
But it's
Yeah,
used
all the
sparingly,
wide
so it's
glasses.
still impactful.
And
like,
it is cartoony enough.
Sometimes that's my
Um,
thing.
I'm also okay
like,
with like
I
the
know
Vox
in some
Machina's
series,
level. Vox
the
Machina's
purpose
level is
of
good,
gore
too.
is like, oh, we're trying to show it all the time because we're showing the characters are desensitized to it. And it's like, well, okay, but after a while, like, it loses its impact, which is both by design, but I feel like that also kneecaps the series as well.
It loses its impact. I find my problems with it. I get not necessarily desensitized to it where it's just like, oh, it's just another day. It's more just like I get overwhelmed is not the term either. There's just like, it's too much now. Now I'm just not having a good time. And there's nothing the show can do to make me have a good
It's just when it becomes egregious.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's very just like, yeah, it's not impactful, but it's also not, I'm not desensitized. I'm just like, okay, this is really just like,
See,
now I'm just having a bad
Fullmetal
time.
Alchemist gore finds that sweet spot between being gory but not overdone. Like,
Yeah, and
I don't. I feel like the color palette of
yes,
Fullmetal
Sean.
Alchemist really helps with that too, because as I recall, most of the gore was like, it was like a darker color. It wasn't like bright blood red. And I'm comparing this to stuff like
perfectly fine
Invincible and stuff.
with
I don't know.
blood.
Maybe that just like dials
Honestly,
it down in my mind.
Characters could be like fountains of blood. That's not the that's not where I'm like talking about gore. my thing with gore is, Invincible, or when it's like, oh, we're seeing viscera. Like even animated viscera, or like people's eyes popping out, or like we're seeing like, this is what would actually happen if you had like an impact like this or whatever. Like I get it.
Too realistic.
I get it, but like if you're doing that all the time, now it's like I'm having a problem.
Lot.
And I can do some body horror thing. There are certain things I can do, like it could never actually happen in real life body horror, right? Like werewolves, right? Like that's not a thing that can happen to you,
well, you
right?
Love werewolves.
Yeah, but like that sort of thing. So like full like transformations, if they're like painful or whatever, like that is like, okay, I know that I'm not like concerned about this occurring to me, but when it's like torture or like diseases or things, right? Like it's like, no,
too real.
This is like a thing that can happen.
Like something that could happen to me.
Fuck no.
No,
fuck no.
No, guys,
too real.
Parasites is one of my phobias. There is a reason I could not finish Parasite the anime. And it was because the first episode made me
Can't watch Coraline. Interesting.
squeamish. I could not do it.
Exactly, Sean.
I couldn't do it at all.
Exactly. What a vibe. Yeah, weird like dream scenarios, right? Where it's like this is ethereal and wrong, but it's obviously not real life. Right? Like that I think is the line that really matters to me a lot. And that's why I think horror gets me, like I can't do horror, because it is in this like weird thing where it's like, okay, like ghosts, whatever, like real life, not whatever. The problem is that there still is a chance, right? But me turning into a werewolf is not something I'm like, oh, are werewolves real or not? It's like, no, they're blatantly not a real thing. Me like suddenly being like unwound as like like in like a dreamscape, like that's not a thing that could occur to me. But like possession, who really knows? But also people can just be weird without ghosts. People can just be murderers without ghosts, and that's also horrifying.
I do want specific dream sequences.
Yeah.
Particularly nightmare sequences
Yeah.
in Outcast. I want them in our comic. And I do want certain things to happen regarding body changes and of the horrifying variety in these nightmares, because they're nightmares after all. And Ori will have to draw them. But because Ori is drawing them, she gets to choose how bad they get to be.
It will be...
Though I will say I do have a very specific vision in mind.
It's gonna... I think you can probably guess how it will turn out. It's gonna be like... surreal, I think is the word. Surrealness of it.
Well, that's why I'm saying do it in the dream sequence.
Exactly.
Because I don't want any of the Outcast boys to get ripped apart in the context of their universe. That would be horrifying. But we could do that very easily in dreams with no consequences except for psychological ones.
You know what's a good one? There's a webtoon. It's called The Heirs Game, I think, and it's a BL.
I've heard of that one.
It's a really interesting story. Basically, there's a whole thing where there's a fight. It's basically like the game of Assassins, but instead of like going up and poking somebody or like killing them actually sneakily, you have to go up and like challenge the person on your thing to a duel, like a sword fight, and then win in a duel. And it can be to the death, but of course people can surrender, so it doesn't have to be to the death. But like they do the duels like realistically, in the sense of like people lose limbs. Rarely. There's one specific character that gets really done up, and there's a reason for it, and it affects him mentally and psychologically in a whole slew of ways because of the medicine of the time period, all this sort of stuff. But like, there's like, it's swords, you're gonna get cut, but it's never like
oh, we're disemboweling people for the fun of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like when you get to like
There's a difference.
Invincible
There's a massive
and like The
difference.
Boys, it's very much, it's like, yeah, people are dying and it's really, really horrible. So we're gonna make them the most horrific, gruesome deaths possible. And it's just like, I dislike the idea that you're just sitting here thinking about weird ways
Ooh.
to kill people.
You get to participate in dreams in your D&D campaign? That's really pastry puff.
Ooh, that's very fun.
See, I always like playing with dream sequences because not only can you make anything happen, you can illustrate stuff about your characters to your audience
Having
in
machinery,
ways
no.
you couldn't do in the context of the character's real life. Like, you can portray things in such a unique and creative way, and like that's what I love about dream and nightmare sequences. And also like headspace sequences. I mean, Pastry, you've
I
watched
see,
Windbreaker.
Pastry.
You've seen the main character literally teetering on the edge of a rope before he takes that leap in the real world and then simultaneously takes that leap in his mind. Like that's the shit I'm here for.
I mean, we also already have multiple dreams in Outcast already.
We do.
We like our
And for
dreams.
Hudson, they're not happy. They're
Yeah.
not happy dreams. Poor boy.
They're-
One day he will
I would
get
say
rest.
they're anxiety-induced dreams is the best way to
100%.
put that.
No, this man is under stress. He's stranded.
Yeah,
he's
he's-
living on a strange island.
He's very, the
surrounded by
wake-up
strangers. He's surrounded by
sweating.
people he doesn't trust. He ain't having a fun time.
He's not having a fun time.
Oh yes, please do put it in the couch. Couch.
Oh yeah,
There
so
we go.
Sean's new here, so I'm gonna chill a little bit. Sean, we rewrite a
Yes, do it.
We webcomic. Haha, words. Yes, Mars writes and I do the art, but we are co-creators because like we make the story together. That's the best way I can put it. But it's on hiatus right now, so it's the perfect time to get caught up. We are coming back in
Yes.
November with new
Please
characters
enjoy
and
our
stuff and a
characters.
new setting. But they're all the characters that exist on my art fight profile. Are all the comic characters.
Yes, those are all our OCs. You got them OCs? That's not what I wanted to say.
Our
OCs.
oofies.
I think I said OTZs
Yeah.
because I was thinking of Hotson next in my head. And
What
that's why I said that.
what a way.
Ay, ay,
You're
ay.
plugging. I'm plugging.
But yes, our main character, Hotson. You got Captain Milano. You got First Mate Ferrix. You got Sinnit the medic and Aster the cook. They all form a little team. And the story is about found family. It's about finding your place in the world. It's about self-acceptance. It's about the acceptance of others. And quite frankly, I think we could use more of that in this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
Ori and I came up with this idea in 2020, and I feel it grows more and more relevant with each passing day.
And it's not like I get inspiration from watching like video essays or anything about the state.
Oh yeah, it's not like I get any inspiration on a daily basis. What are you
It's not me like listening to video essays in the background and then going, Mars, oh my god!
We're drawing
gonna
Axis
sneeze.
inside a prison, and he's a caller.
Listen, what?
That couldn't be topical at all.
It's a good breakfast cereal, Penguin. Who knows?
Maybe. Oatsies.
Oatsies. Gotta eat my oatsies.
You know the funny thing. I'm not gonna give a spoiler, but I'm gonna give a little tidbit for an upcoming thing. T is going to be featured in an important way for one of the characters in the upcoming, I'm going to call it core of season 1 because that's what's coming up. So in the upcoming core of season 1, T will be very important to one of the characters.
We gotta call them
and
arcs.
I had talked with arcs? Okay.
Right, well, don't we gotta name them
sorry,
arcs? I think that's how like anime works, right?
I guess,
We name
I
them
guess
arcs.
it is the town arc. I guess
Yeah,
it's the port arc.
Port arc. Yeah.
The Elmatra arc.
Yeah.
Yes. We got to use the actual names
Amaltra
of these locations. The Amaltra arc.
We
But yes,
have
T will be involved. It's plot important to a character, but the reason I bring this up is because I had said to Ori at one time, we could do the same thing Epic did, making brews of their tea based off their characters, and make brews of our tea, but based off the ports in our series. And it would be canon because one of our characters is specifically going around purposefully buying tins of this tea.
So now I get to design tea tins.
Yes! And we get to come up with tea blends. Oh, the work never ends.
Shakes fist at Mars.
I'm sorry.
We do love
the
our
rain
video
kept raining
essays.
that day.
Stealing from Edgeworth?
We do love our video essays.
Edgeworth, only man to ever drink tea.
Oh, yeah. I feel like our inspiration for tea started with Orin High School Host Club, because that was the first anime Ori and I, like, truly sat down and watched together, like, over a length of time, not in a
Was it
single
really
night.
Oron?
And we had tea. Was it long?
No, was it really Oron was the first? I thought...
I'm
I
pretty
have
sure
no
Oron
idea.
was the first, because you insisted I needed to watch it.
You definitely
So then we
need to watch
started
it.
doing our weekly
the
anime
first one?
meetups,
Was it really
and then we
for
started drinking
Oron?
tea. It was
What?
on, I swear to
I
God.
believe you, but that's a wild...
I mean,
Huh.
if you're talking first,
No, obviously
it was
Servant,
Servant.
but like no,
It was
I'm talking
obviously
about like
Servant.
having anime tea time at my house was like
Anime Tea Time started with Orin High School Host Club.
that's crazy.
Because you insisted we had to watch it.
That's crazy. Wild.
And then from there,
yeah,
I think
and
I
then,
decided you were ready for Sada Zamai for whatever reason.
Yeah, we did Saranzamai and a bunch. But
Yeah.
what's so funny is that so we would do like these anime tea times, and every time that like on screen the characters are like drinking tea or like honestly coffee or hot chocolate, literally anything, we're like, oh my god, it's us.
Tea!
Well, it was because every single like I think what's screwing me out because we watched like a bunch of animes at once because like my dad was like not retired when we started, but he was definitely home.
No, he wasn't.
But he was home when we were watching Oron because he kept like telling me about Tamaki, the annoying blonde kid. He kept talking about. But he like asked me a question and he's like, "Are all of your animes like about food?"
Kind of.
So I was like not
Kinda.
like only one of them because we were watching Food Wars, but it was like only one of them explicitly, but other ones apparently we just like anime that involves tea time.
I mean, we did have...
I don't even know what our
what
whole
was the restaurant waiter BL one that we watched? I
Yeah,
always
that was
forget
the
name
like
of that one.
you mean the bakery one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Eureka!
Eureka!
My anime list. Are there any other Edgeworths we should know about? And the T cells are
Meow.
T cells. Oh my goodness. You're secretly Edgeworth Penguin? Oh shit! Don't tell Dylan. Immunity, indeed.
I mean, Esjock, if I recall correctly, the cells are chowing down on some good old glucose from those vending machines. So there's food in that anime too!
There is food. Literally, half of it is watching the red blood cells, like, carry food around. I don't
you
think
still
we
got
watched
one
that one
attack,
together,
Mason.
though.
You did it!
Oh god, I'm trying to find it.
It was so long ago.
I'm looking at my anime list. I'm trying to find it, because I definitely have less animes than you do on there.
Hmm.
God, we
My
watched
big
a lot of
priority
animes together.
Catching up with Dr. Stone.
Okay, hold on. Antique Bakery.
Antique Bakery, that was it.
Yeah, which was a very interesting one. Very
That was-
interesting. But okay, no. Everything that we watched together had tea. Antique Bakery, literally about a bakery with food. Apare Ranman, the blonde guy, he did the tea all the fucking time. Love that man.
He had the British
He was
tea
great.
thing going on for him. He was
He was great.
fantastic.
Cute High Earth Defense Club? I always
Cute
mix
High
up
Earth
the-
Defense
yeah.
Club, yes.
I always mix up the order of those words. They definitely had tea.
Which has a
frickin-
season coming out this summer.
Yes! Blockade Battlefront had tea multiple times in their freaking little room.
Yes, thanks to Klaus.
Buddy
because
Daddies.
that man is so base.
I love Klaus. Klaus epic as fuck. Yeah. I was just lost, I think. Buddy Daddies. I mean, fucking Kazuki cooks like half the time.
Yup.
So it's great.
Amazing. I said you still got one attack in. That's something to celebrate.
We watched Did we watch a Demon Slayer season together, or that one we ended up doing?
We watched. I think you watched the Red Light District arc without me, and then we came together for the Mist Village, and then we watched the
and then we
Hashira
were-
training arc separately.
Yes. But that has tea in it.
I don't think
Doctor.
we watched Mugen Train together.
No, we didn't. Because you saw that in theaters, and then I watched it so we could watch that season that started together. That's what happened.
Yes. Yeah, you had to catch up during the Red Light.
It's Duddy Baddies.
Right, because you were texting me. You
That sounds
texted me.
fun.
I specifically remember you messaged me
Were
on
you watching
Discord and you
Tradition?
said, "Well, Mars, it happened again. The show just took off and now I can't stop watching." Because like the stakes were up, so you couldn't put it down.
Oh,
you just had
pastry
to go to
puff.
the next step.
It's okay. Pastry puff. It's more a big thing when we've had like a big break. Dr. Ramune, big on the tea. Food Wars, of course, it's food a lot. Yeah, everything had a tea scene in it. And we would be like, oh, it's us. Layton is definitely, again, Estrock, if you materialize it, right, everybody pray. If you want us to play the Professor Layton's games, you need to get them released in trilogies, remakes on PC.
Yes.
Or Switch, but not Switch 2. Mostly preferred Steam. But yeah, that's the wish. Because if that happens, very easily on the list.
We dead. Manifest
Well,
you guys.
sure, Estrock. Whatever. My point being is all of the games need to be on Steam. I'm a little annoyed with Nintendo right now, so I'd prefer Steam. And it's just easier to stream off Steam than the Switch, if I'm being honest. I'm kind of getting really pissy at Nintendo. And unless something
I haven't
changes...
been getting the warm fuzzies, unfortunately.
Unless something changes with the thing, I
And
don't
that's
think
a
I'd
real
be getting
shame.
whatever next Pokemon game comes out, which will be a first.
Yeah.
If they don't change their shit, because I'm kind of like,
it could be the end of an era.
it'll be
At
very
least for
sad.
us.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll still keep chugging along.
Yeah, how you Nintendo don't exactly.
Nintendo.
Yeah, really is sad. Well, yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, that's true.
Estrock,
Estrock.
but the
You're
problem that I have
wrong.
is they could take it the fuck away from me at any point
Yeah.
before I can play it. So like, no. How about no?
Mhm.
Yeah, level 5. Please make Professor Layton.
Yes.
It
Level
doesn't
5,
honestly.
if you were hearing
Level
this.
5. It doesn't even need to be a remaster. Just port it to Steam. That's it. I don't need any new content. I don't need any new art. I don't care what it's 3DS stuff
Literally,
for half of them.
Just a port.
Just
That's
port
all I
it to
need.
Steam.
Just
That's
port
it.
it.
Just give me the PC port. That's all I want.
Ooh,
Nothing
Yokai
else.
Watch would be interesting. I did play the first Yokai Watch game. I do remember enjoying it. Guess which part I enjoyed the most? I enjoyed the side quests. That game had some really good side quests. I'm sorry.
Mars is just a side quest girly.
Okay, when games make good side quests, I'm here for it. when the side quests help flesh out the world and make it feel like a lived-in place, I am here for it. In Yokai Watch, I'm trying to remember some of the quests. Basically, the way the premise worked was that the yokai were responsible for weird things happening, sudden changes in emotion. So, like, you might have a quest where it's like, this person is really mad at someone and won't apologize for it. What could be causing this? And then you find out there's a yokai behind it, so you gotta track down the yokai, you gotta catch it.
Gives
and then
Princess
you gotta
Tutu.
get the yokai that's because I remember there was one mission where there was one yokai that causes negative feelings and then one yokai that causes positive feelings. Then you had to capture the positive yokai and bring it to the girl so she'd cheer up. And I don't know, that makes the world feel so much more lived in. It makes it feel connected. It makes it feel real.
Yeah, exactly. See, guys, manifest it. I'm gonna say, if we are the gods that we are proven to be
Chicory
related
was
to Ace
side quest
Attorney,
game.
we will finish Ace Attorney, and they will give us Layton. That's all I'm saying. The universe has yet to prove me and Ace Tooney not arbiters of
You want the better one, Mason? In Ni no Kuni, it's because somebody's heart was broken. Now, I'm not just talking about being sad. I'm talking a piece of their heart was literally taken from them.
Oof.
And you
Princess
gotta ask
Tutu?
to borrow somebody else's feelings to fill in that missing part of their heart. Which is actually a really fun idea.
Watch Princess Tutu, everyone.
Not really spoilers for Ni no Kuni, because it's explained pretty early in the game, but basically, when you are fixing the hearts of the people in the world of Ni no Kuni and making them feel better, the way you do that is by using a spell called Take Heart,
struck?
which, that's the gotcha.
Deca Police is
version.
a gotcha?
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about Persona 5X.
No,
Deca Police is something else. I remember seeing the trailer for that and really wanting
Crime,
that game.
suspense,
I still need to play that.
RPG.
Actually, Ori, I sent you the trailer of Deca Police.
It says it will be released on Switch in 2023.
Did it
that
get
didn't
delayed?
happen. It says released to be determined, but the little blurb on the fucking Nintendo.com US site says 2023.
Apparently, it's 2026.
His name is Harvard. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm sorry. Sadly, we will never play it. And the reason is because I see two words. Technically one word with a hyphen. Open world. But the modifier, huge. So I'm sorry. I can't. Me personally, I can't.
We tried
Y'all
it
enjoy.
with... what did we try it with?
Paradise Killer.
Paradise Killer. Yeah,
For
we
all
tried
the
Open World with
University.
Paradise Killer. That was a mess.
I loved Princess Tutu.
Ori and I have our niche.
I love Princess Tutu,
But-
Lucy.
Well, Allie, I can help spread the word by finishing what I was saying. One of the cool mechanics of Ni no Kuni is that when you are filling in another person's heart, you use the spell Take Heart to borrow some emotion from someone else. So when you're first introduced to this mechanic in the game, at least what was going through my mind is, oh, so I'm gonna take other people's emotions? Well, that's interesting. Maybe this is just gonna be kid game logic and we're not supposed to think about it too hard. But they actually put some thought into this. You look for someone who has an overwhelming abundance of that emotion. That way, when you ask to borrow a little bit, they still have that emotion. You're not stealing it from them. You're just asking to borrow a little bit. And you actually do ask them. The little boy character you play as says, hey, mister, can I borrow some of your enthusiasm? And the man's just like, yeah, as long as it doesn't hurt, do what you gotta do.
And they're like, nope, you got enough. And he's like, what?
It's honestly super charming. I love how Ernest Oliver is as a character.
Oops.
Although, what's his catchphrase? He says "jeepers" a lot in the
Jeepers
English dub
creepers,
of it.
Batman.
Literally, he's like "jeepers." Jeepers, Mr. Drippy. Wow, I really want to know what the original Japanese the original Japanese was. How did we get Jeepers from whatever was the original?
Oh, what's that? Oh, I'm trying to think. There's like, okay.
It also says Golly G.
Somebody help me.
It
There
really
is
gives classic
something
50s.
from an animated piece of media, and it's a child, and they go, Jeepers. I think it's, I realized what it's from. It's from Hercules. The Disney animated Hercules.
Jeepers, mister, you're so
really
strong.
strong. Yeah, when Pain and Panic are being the little children.
Yes! They're disguising
Mister.
themselves.
That's exactly what I could think of.
Yeah.
Jeepers, mister. Oh, Mason, Fred's catchphrase is, let's split up, gang.
Yeah. No, literally.
No joke. That's literally what it is. Let's split up. Yep.
Does he really say that more than, well, gang, looks like we got a mystery on our hands?
It's let's split up. That's his.
Okay.
Like everybody, like that is it. You have Jinkies.
Damn, I
you have
they'd at least be
Jeepers.
neck and neck.
You have Zoinks, and you know,
Well, Zoinks is for his Shaggy.
yeah. And then it's Jinkies is Velma.
Jinkies, Velma,
And then
Jeepers
is Daphne. And let's split up.
Scooby is Ruh-roh.
Yeah, ruh-roh. But yeah, let's split up, gang. Daphne and I will take this out. No, Fred is okay. Mystery
That
Incorporated.
is so good in Mystery Incorporated,
yes, Mystery
though.
Incorporated is fucking peak Scooby-Doo. Like, Mystery Incorporated is people who watched Scooby-Doo as a kid grew up to be like a show writer, and it's just beautiful.
Yes.
Mystery Incorporated,
It's
the
fabulous.
characterizations are everything that you could want, like from what you get out of the original cartoons. You know, being like, you know, they're kind of flat originally, obviously. And then you get Mystery Incorporated, and it's like, this is everything we ever wanted. And Fred is all of the himbo he should be. Love Fred. Love
Fred
Mystery
is
Incorporated
the
Fred.
OG himbo, and I'm so glad somebody realized it and brought him to his true potential.
Oh no, Lucy.
Like, every time I see that scene where he's like, he wants to talk about traps, and Daphne's just like, no one wants to hear about your traps, Fred. And he's just like, but I love traps so much.
Exactly.
Classic
God,
himbo.
and his like Traps Monthly magazine
Yeah.
shit. God, I fucking love
Fred.
Mystery Incorporated Fred. He's great.
So
Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna find that clip and I'm going to put it in the disc because it's too good.
Ellie, I'm gonna cry.
Oh, I gotta see.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, so many attacks! These look great, Allie.
Uh,
Now the laughing face is why I want the sparkles. There we go.
you aren't our mom,
Oh my
as
gosh,
drunk.
They look amazing.
I'm gonna cry.
Holy shit.
It's so good.
Allie, how is this still a work in progress? Like, Jesus.
I know the rendering isn't finished, but it's already amazing. I mean, honestly, it was amazing very
To be
way
honest, to me, it
earlier in the
looks
process.
finished. Accurate depiction of. I'm so glad they have this as a GIF now. This is great.
I'm excited for season 2 of Sakamoto Days because I do want more Nagamo.
So fucking ready.
I want more
and
Nagamo.
You know what frustrated me so much? I was
What?
watching somebody do a ones to watch type of.
Mhm.
Yes, I did say GIF instead of GIF, Estrock.
Not the
Sometimes
peanut
I
butter.
switch it up. I gotta keep you on your toes. But I saw somebody talking about like the ones to watch this season, and this guy was talking about, oh, Sakamoto Days is good in the manga, but the first season of the anime didn't really grab people, and it's because they didn't translate the art style well. So season 2 has an uphill battle, and I'm like,
Okay,
no, it fucking doesn't.
I find this very annoying. And
The
what I
characters are
totally
still
get,
good. The story
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
still good. I don't
because
give a shit.
I
about-
sit here and I
how
think
well they
about
animated it. I'm
I think
sorry.
about Dungeon Meshi, right? I think about Dungeon Meshi in the sense of like it is a very accurate retelling of the manga, right?
Yes.
And that's great because the manga is
Oh,
fantastic.
Sean, this one is really cool.
But I have to sit
love
there and
it.
I have to think about, okay, but what would happen if it
Water is amazing.
wasn't an accurate retelling of the manga? And I kind of have to say, and I'm like, would I be initially upset? Probably, because people would not recognize the Dungeon Meshi brand with the manga that is honestly fantastic and epic and everything you could ever want. You
Oh,
know,
it's
and the
so,
amazing
so damn
storytelling of
Read it if you haven't already.
of the mangaka. But if Dungeon Meshi was then still really good, I think the problem that I would end up having would be like, all right, did it have to be Dungeon Meshi though? So I'm curious if the like could this have been a story told on its own? Like, why did it have to have the facade of Dungeon Meshi, right? Like, this is hypothetical, obviously. Like, Dungeon Meshi is a beautiful retelling right now of the manga. But if Sakamoto Days, if I had read the manga, it would be like, what's the line, I guess? And to me, if their only gripe is the art, I feel like that's a kind of dumb gripe to have. If it's not the fact that I think the art now looks bad, right? If it's like, oh, okay, I think the anime art style looks bad, pretend, then it's like, okay, you can be upset. But if it's just like, it's just not the same, I feel like that's a little, They're artists, they're gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like,
Exactly.
like same with like people had a problem, they don't do the action well. And it's like, is the action the main thing in
But
the
is
manga
the
and they've changed the
focus?
story? Yeah, like did the focus between the manga and the
was Sakamoto
anime
Days
changed?
supposed to be about the fighting, the action, or was it supposed to be about the connection, the family, the everything else going on? I don't know. That just drives me crazy.
And so it's very much like, it's like if, say, the Dungeon Meshi characters were very off in the art style, pretend. Okay, pretend. But it was still a good art style. I could still recognize who was supposed to be who, and the story was the same, and like the voice acting was great and everything. I feel like I could easily get over that, and why would you bash that? You know? You could say, I'm sad it doesn't retain the same art style, but everything else is fantastic. Like, you could say something like that, but I don't know. I feel like there's definitely, I'm trying to think of exactly how I want to say. With anime, right? A lot of people, and it is changing nowadays, but a lot of people don't read manga outside of Japan.
I'll respond to S-Jock after this.
Okay, yeah, I'll be quick. My thing is, a lot of people don't read manga outside Japan, right? Most people you interact that have watched anime don't read any manga, right? Sometimes they don't even know that they're based off manga, right? So, obviously, getting an anime is sort of like, now it's way more people are gonna see it, especially when it's like on Netflix or something like that, right? Like a lot more people are now gonna see it. So it is like oh my god, getting it. And so I understand why a lot of anime, and anime in itself is honestly 99% a way to promote the manga, to make people buy the manga in Japan. Like, that's why a lot of animes have like 1 season or 2 seasons and then the manga goes on, because literally the point of having the anime is to make people buy the manga, because the manga makes money, the anime doesn't. That's always how animation works. And
Oh, yeah.
so
The anime is basically just one big advertisement.
I understand why then it's very like how well the adaptation is done. But then you come over and you have like books that are then made into movies or TV series. I don't expect them to be one-to-one. Like, I feel like that's like the whole thing is they never will be. Or like a retelling of, oh, you have like Cinderella, right? If you watch a
Right.
Cinderella movie, I'm not expecting a retelling of the Grimm brothers, but now it's a movie or it's animated. I'm expecting a take on the Cinderella story. So it's just very interesting how...
But with its own things to make it stand out.
Yeah, like this is, we're taking, or same with when you talk about like Greek myths, or when you talk about all this, like, you know, all this sort of stuff. It's retellings in like your own way. And so it's just very interesting when a lot of discourse for anime is just, it wasn't like the manga. And it's just like, interesting. That sort of thing there. You can respond to a stroke now. I'm sorry.
Okay. Because I was going to say there, like, I think there are always going to be people who will prefer the manga over the anime. And yes, just solely for the art. I will be very curious to see when Witch Hat Atelier comes out, how the art holds up to the manga. Because the manga art is absolutely gorgeous. And that is one I'm definitely reading, you know,
Yes,
for the
Sean.
story 100% and for the characters. But the art is
I like her
definitely, you
English,
know,
though.
a nice little treat. What example could I use with this? I'm going to compare, let's see, because I've currently been reading I Hear the Sunspot, which has beautiful, gorgeous artwork. Definitely not on the level of Witch Hat Atelier, but still nice in its own right. Now, if that were to be adapted, would I want it to be the most gorgeous thing ever? Not exactly. It's not priority, because that's not where the heart of the story lies. The heart of the story lies in the character interaction, the drama that happens between the characters, the way the plot progresses, the interactions between various characters and what arises from that. I basically said the same thing twice, but you get my drift.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're adapting something like Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen, where it does rely more on those action scenes, and that is the more part of the selling point, then yeah, I'd say it's definitely worth investing in the animation and kind of making sure that's up to snuff. I think that's why One Punch Man kind of had a mini fall from grace around season 2, because the animation for season 1 was just so good and
that's
really
so funny.
brought out the humor in the fights, because that's what the animation excelled at in One Punch Man. It was good at the intense scenes with the fighting, but it was also great at the comedy. And to make good comedy, you do need to have good animation to get that timing down, to get the fluidity of the characters, to get that squash and stretch. Like, you need to make sure you have that. Because I gotta tell you, when you watch something that doesn't have that, it is the most awkward thing to watch. Describing a bad comedy is so hard.
Yeah,
Because, like, there's only so many ways you could describe that.
there's
But
a
to
lot
me,
of
Sakamoto Days, it's got a mix of everything. It's got the action, yes, but then it's also got the comedy. It's also got the heart. It's got the drama. It's got these little character studies going on within each episode. The whole overarching theme of it is essentially, don't underestimate someone. Don't judge a book by its cover, because everyone does that to Sakamoto. They think he's washed up. They think he can't measure up anymore, and everyone takes him
and
as a pushover
Sakamoto
until
is
he shows off what he
strongest
can do.
using
Sakamoto is at
his
his
friends.
strongest using his love for his family and his friends. That is where the heart of the story lies. Do I need the animation to be the absolute most peak ever? No. I just need them to be good enough
to understand what's going on.
understand what's going on. Exactly. That's the best way to describe it. It really is. And guess what? In season 1,
It was
not only could I understand what was going on, I thought there were some really good and funny action scenes. I still remember Shin's fight atop the roller coaster. That was a fabulous set piece. One of the funniest fights is when Sakamoto is facing off against this abomination of a man who's made out of weapon. but they're
Yeah.
fighting on a train, so they have to avoid the pedestrians, and they have to avoid the elderly
So
grandma. And she's completely oblivious to
So
what's going
good.
on around her. She's just like, oh, thank you for this seat, young man. Such
so good.
kindness. Like, it's
So
great. And the timing is phenomenal. That's all you need. So the fact this guy was saying season 2 has an uphill battle because the story gets darker, and if the animation can't keep up, I don't know if it's gonna be able to sell that premise. I'm like, shut up. Shut the hell up. I'm sorry. This will be the hill I die on, apparently. This will be my hill.
Much bad. Yeah, actually bad. But from
Nah,
what
Penguin, exactly.
Estrak was saying about, like, when a mangaka is making a manga, they're usually not making a manga that will be an anime. They're making a manga to be the best manga that they can make, right? And so
Yeah.
there's things that you can do in the format of
There's
a manga.
stuff that the storyboard
that
artists
you
need to do in order to
can't
fill
do.
those gaps between the panel.
But that's why I think Dan Da Dan is a very beautiful melding of the two, because it took somebody that has a love for film, right, for movie direction, and thus got to take the story of Dan Da Dan, right, but give it the scenes that you see in filmmaking. And I feel like that's
Yes.
the big separation, right? Is like, you should be using the manga as a source material, but not as the storyboard.
I will put it very...
Right?
Exactly. Thank you.
And
The
that's
panels
whole
are not your storyboard.
yeah.
The panels should never be your storyboards. Like,
Yeah, exactly, Sean. Exactly. Yeah. And it's very much one of those things. And on top of that, I think, like, people who don't realize how much it
God, I
takes
love Nausicaa
to
in the Valley
make
of the Wind.
art and to make animation. I feel like
Oh, it's an exhausting process.
when you look at certain manga, I think a really big example is Sasaki and Miyano. Sasaki and Miyano has very detailed, gorgeous art in the manga, right? The manga, like the eyes and the detail and the close-ups and all this sort of stuff. And it's
So
the
beautiful.
animated series is great.
The anime
Definitely
one,
watch it. Beautiful.
they nailed
But
it.
it's definitely anime. They have to simplify
Ooh.
certain things.
I'll respond to that in a moment, Estruck.
They have to, simplify down how it is because it's animation. You know, you have to get it out faster.
It's very similar in a way that we simplified our character designs going into the comic, because we could not reasonably draw all those details.
And I will say
in the
mangakas are
time
a
and
different
space that we
breed
had.
and are definitely way
Yes.
overworked.
Oh, very
a lot.
much so.
But that's also all they do. That is their job. It is not our job.
Ooh, I did enjoy The Boy and the Heron, Estruck. That one was interesting, especially knowing that that was a kind of almost an autobiography from Hayao Miyazaki, which I found very interesting, especially given that creator character at the end of the movie. Like, if you know the story between Hayao Miyazaki and his son and the whole legacy going on there, the whole scene between the creator talking to the main character kind of painted it in a new light, and I was like, ooh, okay, I see what you're saying. That's one of the best parts about animation, Dean, is that you can use it to your advantage. You can exaggerate. Like, you want this villain to look like a villain, you can exaggerate those features. I mean, God, first example coming to mind, Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, great.
Like, people don't look like that. People don't have super elongated faces or like those kinds of proportions. But in animation, you can get away with that. Honestly, no. You want the best example of something working in animation and not working in live action? The Village of Who's in How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Very cute in the book and in the hand-drawn animation. Terrifying in the live action.
Mm-hmm.
Some things were just not meant to be real. And I really wish Hollywood would learn that. Hi, Pleakley from Lilo and Stitch.
If there's a reason they made them people, like, immediately.
Oh, yeah. Cowards.
Yep.
Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. Another fantastic
yes,
example.
Yzma.
No human looks like Yzma. But in animation, you can get away with it.
No, I think what happens is people want something that can basically never exist. Right, and in the sense of that everything is, all the different mediums are different mediums for a reason, and the reason that one
I've seen this anime, Struck.
hasn't overtaken, you know, it's the reason like a lot, like these mediums haven't died out, right? We still have movies, and we still have books, and we still have, you know, mangas, and we still have all this stuff, right? Is because they all have their strengths and weaknesses, and they all have their techniques to use and rules to break and all these sort of things within them. And I feel like what happens is people forget that, right? When you have movies, things are made into feature films, it's very like, oh, they didn't fit the whole book in it. And it's like, in what world were you going to fit you know, 1,000-page book in a 90-minute movie? Like you weren't. You never were. There was gonna have to be some give.
Unless you really know what you're doing, that ain't happening.
Well, you're never gonna get all of it, right? Even if you know it could be an amazing adaptation, but you will never get all of it. There's just too much, right? And you can do a part 2, but that doesn't always work. And you know, and it doesn't always fit nicely. I think Dune has that problem. The first movie, and I'm talking about the new Dune, right? Like the recent one, not the
You're gonna have to
movie.
weigh in on this, Ori, because Dune #1 put me to sleep.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
sorry.
saying. No. What I'm saying is the fact that because of the way a book is structured, when it's a long book, there's a lot of stuff that can happen for setup when you're reading a book. Because you kind of, you know, can read kind of fast in a movie. Life of Pi was very good.
Life of Pi was really
Life of Pi
close.
was very, very
But
good.
am I tripping, or was the writer of the book brought on for Life
I think
of Pi?
they were. I think they were. And as they should be. But
Yes.
the point, yeah, that 2S drop going the other way is a whole nother thing. And it's but Dune, the first movie, was 90% setup for the world of Dune, right? Like very little happens
Here's the thing, though.
overall.
I can watch a prologue. Like, I can watch a series that solely exists to be set up for something else. I have watched Vinland Saga Season 1. That whole thing is basically a prequel for what's to come. What's the other thing I watched that was essentially a prequel? Tri-Stamp is basically a prequel for what's to come following Trimax.
But
I felt like stuff happened in
Yes.
those shows.
and there's a problem. But people say the same thing happens with Les
I'm so
Mis.
bored.
Les Mis, the book, is really incredibly long and kind of boring.
I think
So
they said it's actually bigger than the Bible, which is wild.
It's massive. It's massive. Yeah.
Like, that is a huge book. Oh, the Hobbit trilogy. Yes, another
Yeah.
classic example.
Because they went the opposite way. But, you know, it's a lot of stuff.
Adaptations are hard, you guys.
No, adaptations are very hard. But I think the problem always ends up being, I think there's only 2 ways you can do an adaptation. And you have to have either one, the director has a love for the source material. We're talking like obsession, right? Like, we're talking like this is their thing. They love it.
They have to have a passion for the project.
They have to want. They have to. That's option 1. Option 2 is they have a love for the craft that they are translating it into. Now, if you get both of those people together, you'd probably get something absolutely fantastic, amazing. But those are the
you get
ones.
a match made in heaven.
Those are the ones that have made the best adaptations of things. When you like think about it, and you think about the people who have made these adaptations, the director is always in one of those 2 categories. They either have a love for the medium that they are translating into, or they have a love for the source material. And that
usually turns out the best
That's
stuff.
really what matters.
Oh, The Martian? I never read the book, but I did see the movie The Martian. I remember enjoying that.
But see, and Estrock, and that's what I think.
I wouldn't call it a
bringing
favorite,
it
though.
back to the Sakamoto Days stuff. I think my problem is not the
Hello,
fact
Federico.
that people who who love the manga shouldn't feel like they have to like the anime. That's not what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say here,
what I think
there's a
happened.
difference between, really quick, I think my big thing is there's a difference between I don't like this adaptation, it's not like the manga that I know, like that I love, that I fell in love with, but that makes it bad, so I'm gonna tell people never to watch it. Like, that's the difference, right?
See, here's the 2 things I raise problem with, and I can understand from one of them where people might be coming from, is prior to Sakamoto Days, Dan Da Dan had premiered. So fans of Dan Da Dan, and even before then, fans of Chainsaw Man, fans of Dan Da Dan, fans of Jujutsu Kaisen were getting their adaptation and having their cake too. Not only did they love the manga, but they were able to love their anime and see it get all this awesome animation given to it and really felt like their series was getting all the love it deserved. So when Sakamoto Days rolled around, I'm sure the fans of the original manga were like, oh, sweet, we're going to get the same treatment. We've been waiting forever for this adaptation. It's going to be amazing. Like, I remember people were hyping up Sakamoto Days as being that season's Dan Da Dan. People were setting the bar very, very high for it, especially in terms of the animation, because they were like, oh, this can't fail. It's so good. Everyone needs to check it out. And then when it came out, like, I don't think people were upset, but I think to a degree they were disappointed that they didn't get the Jujutsu Kaisen treatment, that they didn't get the Dan Da Dan. And that's probably true to an extent. And Ori, you said something about
being spoiled.
Like, being spoiled, yes, but like something about like the adaptation is still there. Like, sure, maybe the animation isn't as, I'm gonna say, bombastic or detailed as you may want, but the core pieces are still there. They still kept in the character moments. They still are maintaining the plot, to my understanding. Literally, all of the connective tissue is there. But we're mad at the bones for some reason.
Bombastic side eye. Yeah. I
Like,
think,
why are we mad at the bones when the connective tissue still exists?
I think my problem is
Not even the bones, it's the skin.
it's really the leap
I think this
from
metaphor got away from me.
this is a bad adaptation, or this is not like as faithful an adaptation
Because a
as
bad
I would like.
adaptation to me would be, it got the tone wrong. It missed the message of
exactly.
the series. It did the characters dirty. It characterized the characters in a way they'd never be characterized. That to me is a bad adaptation.
I don't see Sakamoto Days being
I don't see that.
the beauty of.
And for it to be hailed as that, I'm like, really,
I'm
guys?
trying to think.
Y'all just gotta sit back and learn to appreciate.
Okay, really, so like, I think that there's a
Ori, as you do your tangent, I'm gonna get more water. I was ranting for
I think
a while.
that there's a big thing with like when something matters and when it doesn't, right? And when you talk about like starting a webcomic and all this sort of stuff, the big thing they say is that like, well, yes, the art on the cover is going to draw people in. The thing that's going to make people stay is the story, right? The art can be lower quality. It doesn't have to be insane, high-end, crazy, beautiful shit. I mean, like, props if it is. But the story is what is keeping you there. And if you can tell that story with expressions, right? Because the art is posing the expressions and the movement. As long as that can be done, even if it isn't a gorgeously, high-end, high-quality thing, it's not going. No, I fully agree, Estruck. I actually really do. People get spoiled really fast. And I think it's very interesting coming at it from the perspective of somebody making content, right? Making art, specifically making a long form sort of art project, is the fact that people get like the general audience, like we're talking like the wider, it gets to the mainstream general audience people. They have no idea what goes into it, and they just want more. And they don't have an idea. They are ignorant to, what goes into it. And so...
See, I literally just thought of something else as you said that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Because you mentioned it being mainstream and entering the mainstream. You got Sakamoto Days sitting on Netflix right next to Dan Dan, right next to Jujutsu Kaisen, right next to all these other anime that had really blown up animation budgets, and it shows. And I think that just hurts the comparisons even more.
And I think you see it with indie animation. Like, okay, I love, and if you have not seen it, you should, No Evil, okay? N-O Evil.
Yes, Dan Dan is on Netflix, Estruck.
Yeah. And you
so
haven't told
is
me.
Jujutsu
Allie
Kaisen.
was talking
There's
about it.
a lot of anime on Netflix, especially
They got
the
a
mainstream
big,
ones.
big thing recently. I think a lot came
It
out in the
did.
last year. But okay, there's an indie animated series on YouTube. It's called No Evil. It has been coming out for it hit like 10 years recently. Okay, and it's still going.
It's
now,
a long form project in every sense
as
of
like
the word.
from specifically solely a technical art style, it's pretty mid. Okay, like this is not, I'm not trying to be offensive. It is very simple. It is very loose, right? Like it is
very
definitely
classic old YouTube.
It is
vibe.
very much, this
It
is
gives
an
old YouTube
indie
speed paint vibe.
production, right? And the problem that I see coming out of that would be people not giving it a chance because
Well,
it
especially
looks...
next to things like The Amazing Digital Circuit,
Yeah,
Murder
or,
Drone, Hell of a Boss.
Hell of a Boss. Literally anything coming
like
out recently.
even compared next to Butter Lovers, something like that.
Yeah, like fully
it's still
refined,
on the lower end compared to that.
Welcome to Hell, even the
Welcome to
magical
Hell.
girl
Yes,
one that
that's
just
another
happened.
one.
I really don't want to be a magical girl or whatever. Like
Yes.
stuff that
oh
is
shit, I still need to watch that.
even just more specifically refined, but indie. Like, I'm worried. I love indie animation, and I really want a lot of these like small studios to succeed. And
I'm really
do
hoping
want
indie animation is
a
the new
world.
frontier.
Yeah. Oh, Spice Frontier.
Need
No,
it
I have
to be.
no idea, but it's gonna be a fucking long
Spice
time.
Frontier
But I
is
will
gonna be
wait
good.
until my final breath for Spice Frontier. New episodes to come out. But my whole thing is that when you see that, and that gets the label of indie animation, right? That gets the label of indie production. You can see it with games, you can see it with webcomics, you can see it with all this sort of stuff. And you see these things that are under the label of, indie projects, but are definitely at a level of polish that is very close, if not identical, to a lot of studio work, right? And now, because it is that way, it does take a lot of time for things to come out at that level, versus No Evil, while it is coming out slow, you get a 3-minute episode every couple of months. Like it happens.
And
it's
the
in your eye.
quality
It's
is
not
still
years.
there.
But it's definitely not, it's definitely not like Amazing Digital Circus or, anything like that. In just like what people consider
But
like
you also got to
quality
consider
of
the
animation.
production level.
Yeah.
Like, this person does not have a team. It is just them doing it themselves.
I think she has
and their
a
friends
couple
are
more
the
people
voices.
now, but it's definitely
Okay.
not
Oh,
like
good
a
for her.
studio. I think she has a colorist, like who does the color part.
Nice.
But it's certainly
Good night,
Pastry
Pastry.
Puff. It's definitely not like what a lot of these have. But the point is that I think then people get spoiled, right? You see things like Murder
100%.
Drones labeled as indie animation. They stop. Oh, Lackadaisy even. They stop
Lackadaisy.
giving
Yes.
actual like indie animation
It changes.
a chance, or
See, it
they
changes
look
the
up to it.
qualifier of what we consider indie
Yeah.
animation.
And I think that's the problem.
Because now I think people are defining it by indie animation. You got Lackadaisy, Murder Drones, Amazing Digital Circus, Hell of a Boss. And then you have, these are like hobbyists on YouTube. Because now I'm seeing that line being drawn. And it's like, no, they're still indie projects.
but the problem is that it's like,
long-form series. They just don't have studio.
yeah, it's
The
very
Art
like
of Murder, that's
indie-
another one.
indie is from independent, right? Like that's what it is. So it means that it's separate from but it was originally used as it's not like from one of the big studio corporations, right? But I really feel like we should go back to like, they're still studios. They're just small
Yeah.
studios.
They're just tiny.
Like, I joke that Mars and I are a studio, that Folding Planets is technically a studio. We are literally 2 people, and we will only ever be 2 people. I don't
We
see
will only ever
anybody
be
else
2 people.
coming on here in any way to do it. Or something like Star Pritchett, or like Red from OSP. They're just them still on the That's, to me, that's indie. Right, when we're talking like it is very
that is the
little.
highest of
The other
indie.
ones, Amazing Digital Circus, they're a studio, right? Spindle Horse is a studio. Amazing Digital Circus has a name. I just can't remember what their studio is called. But they're a studio.
Studio.
A lot of this is coming out. They're studios. They're teams. Are they big teams? No.
Glitch Productions.
Glitch, thank you. Glitch is a studio. And I love that. I love that for, like, I do not want to make this seem that I don't want this to exist. I want these small studios
sums it
to
up
exist.
very well. It's being used like a subgenre rather than a qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
And that feels accurate.
Yeah. But it means that then people compare all indie games at the same level. Right?
Yeah.
Like I think that my big issue is that all media, literally, honestly, I don't really care what it's from too much. To an extent, there are levels of like, well, you should have more budget, you should be able to do more, whatever. But like, if I'm being honest, if a big studio did something on a tight budget and it still came out good, like, I don't give a shit, right? Like great, honestly, do that.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
Especially in the media health.
people need to forgive more for smaller productions, right? That's what I'm trying to get at here. I see a lot of stuff on the internet have controversy about the fans, right, coming out and getting like annoyed at certain creations where literally, obviously, the only issue is like, they are 2 people, they are 4 people, like they are not, they don't have the budget. There's a reason it's 3 episodes, like whatever, like it's just very like, ugh.
I don't know
It's
what Dave
very-
the Diver is.
Oof.
It was from a big studio that had the feel of an indie
Oh,
game.
Dave the Diver is a video game. that
Yeah, but
came
apparently
out.
it's from a big studio that had the feel of an indie game. I think my just big thing is that it's like, you should find out that
Well, say S-Truck, that goes in a whole nother direction where,
it's like
at least in the video
co-opting.
game realm, companies are realizing that people want these more nostalgic feeling games. Like, they want the pixel art. They want
Oh, that's
more simple
insane, Estrock.
games like that. So now companies are trying
Oh.
to emulate that style.
No, I don't know of something like that, Estrock. And the reason that I don't think there really is just because it doesn't super work as easily that way with animation, because it's all about platform, right? Basically, if it comes out on one of the big places where you're going to watch the majority of animation, you're like automatically like
Netflix.
going to know, versus like all types of games can be released on Steam, right? I feel like that's the difference. You know, you're not gonna see if I was to watch a show on the TV on cable, but it felt like an indie show, I would never sit there and think it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only place that could happen is YouTube, but I do feel... I keep bumping my mic, I'm sorry. I do feel like that would have to be a little
We're
more
getting very passionate about
hoop
this
jumping.
one.
But to my knowledge, there is not something like that. The biggest thing is just a lot of times certain things win awards that are like, yeah, you're just popular. You're not necessarily better. Like everyone was kind of, and including me.
Solo leveling? Is
Yeah.
that what you're thinking
Yeah.
of? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How the hell did solo leveling win?
Because it's a classic. It's a classic in the sense of like format,
It's classic
what people like.
in the
Like when you
sense
think of
that
the
it's
big
shonen.
anime, right? Yeah, exactly. It's shonen. You know, those are the
Yeah.
ones that get the most people. So those are the ones that are gonna win. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It was
Alec.
candy.
Exactly. It was just candy. And that doesn't make it, you know, inherently bad or anything. That doesn't make it whatever. But it's just like, you know, it definitely shouldn't have won in certain categories, like 100%, like at all.
S-Truck, it's so fascinating because the Oscars will basically cater to Disney, which makes it so entertaining that in the last 3 years, Disney has consistently lost. And the past Oscars, it lost to Flow, an indie animated movie, which was immensely satisfying.
Yeah.
And then I think the year before that, it lost to the stop motion Pinocchio movie, which also well deserved. And then what did it lose to the year before that? Winners of the
Hello,
last...
Canadian Lucifer. Are we double
Hello,
Lucying it
Canadian
tonight?
Lucifer.
I think we are now.
I think we are. Minus AI. It's Oscars. It's best animated.
Oh, Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse!
I mean,
yes!
fuck yeah.
Oh, wait. No. This was the order
Oh.
it went in. So, Encanto won in 2022, but since then
Disney.
it's been Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I'm definitely saying his name wrong. Apologize. The Boy and the Heron in 2024, and then Flow in 2025. That is
Okay.
mighty satisfying.
No, but Sony Animation has kicked it up. I'm here for what they're cooking.
Gotta
I'm
be
here for
honest,
what
I
they're
kind
cooking.
of K-pop Demon Hunters takes it home.
Oh, yeah. No, but I'm saying Sony Animation has now done fucking Spider-Verse, and K-pop Demon Hunters. So, like, all right, I'm here for you guys. Screw Pixar
Yeah.
and DreamWorks at the moment, you know? I'm here for it.
And it's like, all right, you guys may
I
also
feel
do
like,
the Smurf movies every once in a while, but you also do some decent
No,
stuff.
you know what I feel like? I feel like Sony,
Oh, they
Sony
also
Animation
did Wish Dragon.
is
I liked that
doing,
one. That was a good
yes, Puss in Boots. Puss
Yes,
in Boots: The Last
The
Wish.
Last Wish was really good.
Fantastic.
The Wild Robot was phenomenal. Loved that. Dogman was cute. It was
Wild Robot was
funnier
DreamWorks.
and better than I expected it to be. It's definitely cute.
But I definitely feel like Sony Animation is definitely coming up in the like what my brain is dying. The like reputation DreamWorks had, where it was like DreamWorks would have like they have hits and then they have misses, you know, and then they have hits and then
Yes.
unlike Disney where it's like we have formula and formula
Here's
is good.
what I like Sony is proving. Because not only did they use characters from a well-established franchise and make something new out of it, like they did with Spider-Verse, they made original characters and an original story, built a fan base from scratch, and it's sold.
Yeah.
Mainstream movie companies are too terrified of doing that anymore. They want the built-in fan base to rake in the
yes,
money.
that is
And that's just
honestly
not enough anymore.
a gorgeous thing about
they've
K-pop.
proven now that you don't know. And the other thing I love about K-pop Demon Hunters, it is proof that you can use pop songs as long as they're well written and written with intent to tell a story. Granted, everyone in Broadway already knew this, but apparently not everyone in Hollywood did.
Yeah. KDH has really brought back the like, here's new content again. And that's really cool.
Another thing I really love about it is the fandom is lasting. Like, I feel like
Yes.
this is the longest
It
I've
is
seen a
kind of
fandom
early, but yeah,
this,
we're still
which
going.
is really, well, I mean, we're in like, what, week 4, week 3?
No, I don't think are we?
When did
Maybe 4. Maybe 4, you're right.
Demon Hunter? June 20th. So that came out week 1. Okay, we'll count this as week 1.
So
Week
it's going to be a
1,
month and
week 2,
4
week
days.
3,
3 days?
Week
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
We're coming to the end of a month.
I'm still seeing new art every day. I'm still seeing new theories every day.
Mhm.
I'm seeing
And you know what it did? You know what it did?
interviews with the cast and the directors and the writers.
Yeah. And you know what? So leaving things not all answered did something.
Yeah.
It's
It
like,
did.
it's like we used to
It-
do that. We used to do
It's
that.
almost like not giving all the answers on a silver spoon creates intrigue.
Ah.
It's almost like people want to think about your movie.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my god.
What? Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Not me, for
It's
sure.
not as if an entire generation of people grew up on video essays and theory videos.
Mhm. I think so, Estruck. I don't think anybody else was. I'm gonna say, I hope they were on your end. No offense.
I gotta be honest,
but
I did not see any issues happening on my
Twitch?
end. I
On
am good,
Twitch?
I am
Alright.
clear.
cool.
Whimsy with fun. That's a vibe deity.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully we're pushing all those people out. Also, Superman is supposed to be really
Fingers
good.
crossed.
So Superman.
I heard really good things about Superman.
Felt like Superman I've been hearing, so that's great. We love.
Honestly, when I heard the director of Guardians of the Galaxy was in charge of this one too, I'm like, we're in good hands.
Yeah, definitely one of the betters.
I think the only time this director has missed, technically speaking, was when he was working on a Star Wars property, but I don't think that was his fault, I gotta be honest. I
No.
think he was handed a bad project from the start and it was doomed from its conception.
Yeah.
Because they did not write the trilogy before filming! It's almost like you should have a plan!
just some of it. Yeah, you know. Also,
Okay,
ooh.
guys, I'll let you in on a little writing secret. Here's how I write Outcast. I have certain plot points that I know need to happen. Character's gonna do this. Character so-and-so will respond like this. And this is how we're gonna get to this conclusion. Now I gotta figure out all the connective tissue. I gotta figure out how we're gonna get from point A to point B. So all those little bits and pieces. But I still know what specific plot points must be hit.
But Mars,
This is important.
Mars, I think this is a very important and interesting thing to talk about. No, it really did. It really did, Mason.
Oh, Man of Steel was something else.
But you got dogs.
Was that Michael Bay? I thought it was
crazy, Sean.
Zack Snyder.
Wild. No, Schneider did the other one.
Did he?
Yeah.
Who was in charge of the Man of Steel then?
Oh no, it was Schneider? Michael Bay did something.
It was Schneider?
Okay, it doesn't matter. What was I gonna say?
Michael Bay did Transformers.
That's what it was. No, what was I saying? What was I gonna say? We were just talking about something.
I had talked about knowing your plot beats. And you must have a plan.
So, something beneficial about when you do indie, actual true indie tiny productions with small groups is the fact that there's very few things to change. And I guess, okay, Mars and I don't have a budget because all that is really involved is time. Okay? There's no money really involved. Just time, okay? So there's not a budget we have to stick to.
We don't get time. We pay time.
Yeah, but there's also technically not a timeline that we stick to. It can be whatever the fuck we want, right? It doesn't matter. So if Mars and I don't have our whole thing written down to the letter right away and do certain things semi on the fly a little bit, obviously, as we said, we have a roadmap, but like it's not a fully written. Outcast is not entirely written as of right now. You know, it is being written at the same time. But we have that luxury because of what I just stated. The only person that has to deal with Mars's changes, if there are changes, are me. And I haven't drawn any of the shit yet. So, like, it doesn't really affect anything. When you have a big production, you have everybody involved. Costuming, all of the actors, all of the sound,
the film crew,
puppet, everything, all
the
of the so many fucking people. That shit needs to be fucking locked down first. That needs to be locked down. Now you can have the like fun stuff where you have the movies and it's like, oh, this wasn't written in. This was like the actors vibing or whatever, and they kept it in. Fine, perfectly fine. But that's a later thing. You know, that's a later thing. Time, inspiration, motivation. I will say, I got a lot of the two of them, but I can't get more time. Unfortunately.
I can always get more inspiration and more motivation.
I got lots of inspiration, and 90% of the time I got motivation. I will say, I'm very lucky. I'm pretty good at just going and not having like a lot of motivation issues. I find
sometimes I gotta fool around with the dialogue, and then it's like, ooh,
that was a
this
whole
line
thing
is coming together.
That was something I saw, and it's like you can't wait for motivation or inspiration to strike. You have to like look for it. And I think that's very important.
It's very true.
If you are only waiting around for motivation to do something, you'll never get it. Motivation is fleeting in like coming out of the ether wise. But if you start doing a thing and you actually like doing the thing, you will become motivated to do it by doing it. And momentum. Look for gain momentum. Don't wait for motivation. That's the words of wisdom from your Ori today.
Very true, Deity.
Not even the less characters, just the less people on a project, because you can make changes, right? The more shit involved in a project, if you decide,
if you have more people to talk to, that's more people you gotta confirm
or if it's
changes
like,
with.
all right, if we're doing this, right, let's say, and again, we work on kind of tight, like, you know, a lot is not written until the very last moment sort of thing, like a lot isn't finalized until the last moment, when it's done, that allows for if I'm like drawing the thing and I go, Mars, hey, this is kind of weird, or like, I don't know how this feels anymore now that we did A, B, C, X, Y, Z. It's like, oh yeah, okay, let's fix it. You know, like, we can literally change it and done.
We could do that.
Yeah, exactly. Vigo was a big one. There's a bunch with them. The actor that I was learning a lot recently about the actor that played Lucius Malfoy in the original movies. It was like 90% him making like the character we know today as Lucius Malfoy. Was like all of his ideas, like the costuming, like the way he acts, interacts with all this sort of stuff. Great. Honestly, we'd definitely see more from him.
Oh, Dee Dee, I'm all about the foreshadowing.
That's
moments.
how you do it, Allie.
If you read Outcast, you will see the foreshadowing. Put a lot of effort into the
We're just using Kai as a fashion model and you didn't show it off? Or are we talking about the styles as dresses? I don't know now.
Are they in the sketchbook? Can I see the
back related to animation but unrelated to really anything else we were talking about. I watched a short that was showed me about a 2D rigging animation software that is honestly really cheap for animation like for 2D rigging animation software if you want to do the hobbyist level, which would obviously be the level that I care about. But I also then found out that it's the software that's used by Cartoon Saloon. So that's cool. And it makes me want to try it.
Finally, we can make the successor that Wolfwalkers deserve.
Well, no, we ain't doing that shit. But we could make fun little shorts and Ace Attorney animated shit better, faster, possibly. I would do the 30-day animation thing.
Ooh, that'd be hella cool.
Oh, in your head? I mean, that works. I'm like, I want to see the Blorbo.
We gotta share the Blorbo. It's Blorbo motivation. One of our Blorbos is actually gonna have a dress when they go to port.
That is true, Estruck. And money does make the world go round. But I do find a lot of people... It is definitely
we made it that way.
Choosing how to use your time 100%, you know. But that's a choice you gotta make too. Yes, Sean, I have used
There could
Open
definitely be
Tunes.
some privilege involved with that. If they're lucky enough to be able to have all that time.
I have, yeah, obviously, the richer you are, the more time you can spend. Unfortunately, time is money. But, you know, it just means it will take more time.
You shall see in November.
I've lost the plot about that one. I'll ask, who's getting a dress? What are we talking about?
I'm pretty sure you have told me a Blorbo is getting either a dress or a unisex outfit.
Oh, yeah. We're getting port outfits, guys. They all
yeah,
port
that's
outfits.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm very excited. One of them is still not designed because he sucks and he doesn't like clothes. It's not his fault. But, I mean, it is his fault. But, you know, obviously it's my fault.
Okay. Ori,
Yes.
Ori, pure suggestion, you don't have to take it. But I'm literally thinking about like how some creators put like little chibi like reacts of their character at the end of a comic entry, and I'm just imagining the Blorbo that's fighting you throwing their clothes on the floor and be like, "No, I don't wanna."
The
And
problem
they're in
is
like toddler style.
yeah.
They're just like, "Wah."
The problem is the fact. Okay, Allie. Okay, we're gonna go on a tangent really quick. We're gonna go all over the place. 1 second. So Allie, something I really recommend is drawing your character getting into their clothes. I did that with Hotun really, really early on. It was really fun. Definitely influenced how he's designed. Really, really cool to do. 2, the character that's fighting me. The problem is that the vibe we were going for with his personality and what kind of clothes he would wear does not translate to the design choice I've made on his clothes, because the portions that are exposed are not the portions that should be it's very difficult, and I just have to deal with it. He has a look, and it's fighting, being any other clothes than the one he already wears. Yeah, I highly recommend like them putting on all their clothes. It's very, very fun to do. It was really fun to like get Hotsun put on, you know, boots and like all this sort of stuff. It was very, very, very fun to see. Okay,
part.
it's Ferrex.
No, fuck.
Yeah, there you go. Or yeah, his head. That would be great, Allie. Exactly. Or buttons up the wrong buttons, like you know, they're offset,
Like
all
they're
that sort of shit.
crooked and off center.
But so the one that's fighting me is Ferrex. And the reason that Ferrex is fighting me is because Ferrex's design choice is specifically off the shoulder. Okay? He has his shoulders exposed. This is like very integral to his design. Okay, it's just like the vibe that he has, right? When you do stuff, it's all about shapes. Like, Sinet has the like triangle collars, like that's very important. Milano has like the jacket, right? You know, they each have like an element that can be translated to other outfits, but is their style. But the problem is that the outfit that I want him to wear would be specifically not covering up collar features. But his collar features are on his forearms and not his shoulders. So how do you get the off-the-shoulder look with also exposing the forearms more than his normal outfit? So it's a conundrum. It's a conundrum.
Poor Ori.
It's really funny though. This was not the intention of making his like outfit off the shoulder originally, but it does mean that in all the AUs he's really slutty. Because just being off the shoulder
really
stuff
is.
just automatically is like, why? I don't know. That's extra scandalous for some reason. Like having the fact that it is like, I don't know, but it is. In the band AU,
He's
freaking
a flirty
Ace
boy.
Attorney AU, like it's off the shoulder because it has to be. It makes sense. No shirt. He's got the tank top right now in their beach episode, which is the most recent one, having the various states of undress.
Yes, our beach episode.
Aster's the shirtless one. It's funny. Milano is not in any states of undress, but his port outfit is really fun. I love Milano's port outfit. I honestly think my favorite port outfit is Sinet's that I've done. But Sinet's, Aster's, and Milano's are great. Ferrex just fights. And the problem is his personality and his, like, backstory, so he wouldn't want to wear certain things like the other characters are wearing. Like, it's just, oh. He's an
Ferrex
enigma.
is just... He's our problem child sometimes.
He is the problem child. He is the problem child. Not even just sometimes. He is the problem child.
He's very much
I'm
our
sorry,
problem
lad.
child.
You're the problem child. Am I the problem? You're the problem.
For me, he's mostly a problem child in the sense he'll rip the pen from me and be like, no, I want to be meaner than what you want. Like, literally in the Hotsun hangout, he was like, oh, give me that pen. I could be so much meaner to Hotsun than you can.
For
And I was
me,
like,
he's the
all
problem
right,
child because
Pop off, I guess.
he doesn't like to sit
But give me
still,
back my damn pen.
and he definitely is a show-off. So, like,
He adds
he
so
moves.
many panels.
Yeah,
I have to keep changing how many entries we have.
it's all Ferrex's fault.
God damn it,
You
Ferrex.
can't get his face right.
They never get the nose right.
They don't get my nose right.
There was one I saw in Spider-Man that had to be a reference to Tangled. It couldn't not be. But it's the one where Spider-Man is looking at a poster of himself and he's like, oh, this is terrible. They keep forgetting the hyphen.
Yeah.
I'm like, if that's not a reference to Tangled,
Good night, Sean.
I don't
Thanks for
know.
hanging out.
Bye, Sean. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Allie, I think the best way to approach Ferrex's face is don't think about him being animalistic. Literally just draw a normal person face and then add the nose. Like, it's not, like, I don't think about it, any other way than that. You know? It very much is just, he's a person with
There you go.
a wet nose.
That's some top tier advice right there.
He's a flat-faced furry, as people will say. His side profile does end up being a little interesting, but honestly, I use mostly, like, art cheat.
Luckily, the front is a bit.
They would never look good in 3D animation. But yeah, don't think about him being very animalistic, Allie. Draw him like any other person, and then just where you would put the nose, give him his animal nose. That's literally it. I do not draw his face any differently, or think about it any differently than any other character that I draw, and like when I draw him as a human, you literally just take away the nose. It makes him look weird, because the nose is a feature, but like, it doesn't, positioning-wise, you know, don't overthink it.
Oh, night, Mason.
Good night, Mason. All right, these lines are done too.
Ooh, look at you go.
That was probably one of the harder ones, and it's done. One of the more detailed
Gotta
ones.
say, that one is hella cute.
Cannonball will come out real fast, if I'm being honest. They're pretty simple.
Their name is Cannonball.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
I picked them because they will, in fact, fulfill 2 Art Night quest things. They'll fulfill 2 quests. Well, they are green,
nice.
and I need a green character. And, quest for kin, because they're both pirates.
I like it. I like it.
I like it like that. Boop, 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 boop.
Boop.
All right. I might end up changing the Art Night qualification to less quests completed.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think I'm going to get to all of them. And if I'm not going to get to all of them, I'd be curious how many other people got to all of them. But I also
Some people might surprise you.
definitely know. Well, okay. I also want the really cool thing that I created to go on my profile. So, you know. Maybe I'm a little selfish.
Ooh, gotta find someone who likes AU version of the character. You could do it, Allie. The art
Yes.
fight world is vast.
I definitely have seen some. I could see if I could find them. Because I know I've definitely seen in permissions people specifically talking about AUs. But also an AU could just be like, I know Mazen allows her characters to be drawn as personas. That's an AU equivalent. Technically I did an AU, I guess, then with Shinko. I should add that. Because I made him humanoid. That's an AU. That's an alternate universe where he's humanoid. I can't count Kai unless... Yar Yar Harbor. Yar. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
Ah, yes. Well, Allie, I know you're already drawing the Outcast boys, but all of the Outcast characters are very, very up for AU-ification. I mean, they have their AUs in their thing. But you can put them in any AU. You want that leveled up version.
I'm sorry, guys. I started writing and typing, so now I've fallen silent.
That's fine. Is it for the comic? You can be forgiven.
For a special project.
Am I gonna have to dock your pay?
No. In fact, I think you'll be quite pleased.
All right. I'll have to give you a raise then? Is that what we're saying? There's no in between.
Sit tight. Just sit tight.
Hold on. I don't pay Mars at all. So the only options are I dock her pay or I give her a raise. But a raise is always a percentage on the money she makes, so it's zero money anyway.
It's still 0.
It's forever 0. And you did all feet last time, so you don't get paid for any panels yet, because you did all feet.
This is true. Well, I did do an arm.
And it still doesn't count.
A body and an arm.
You didn't
And I did
finish a
lots of
full
shoes.
thing. Yeah. Ah, Everett would look really good in an AU for your comic, Allie, because you have such like a uniform thing going on, and he's the only uniform boy. So, honestly, he would look really good in your AU, your world AU. I don't know. Does your comic have a working title? Anything I could refer to it by except your comic? The answer can certainly be no. But I'm still gonna ask. All right. It's fun. Sometimes I like batching my art fights. Last year I didn't so much, but this year because of the iPad and like my job and everything, I think it worked out. I know I can tell very bad names. Oh, you gotta tell names. I wish I could talk about how we named, we have the working title for our future comic, but our next comic that will happen one day. I know, Allie, I know. Time flies when you're having fun. But hey, it's Ace Attorney tomorrow. We got Dylan back for one final hurrah before he's back to the mines. And then I don't know what we're gonna do, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure what we're gonna do.
Not sure. Maybe we'll put it to a vote again.
It could be... Do we like choosing the stream? For anybody here left in chat, I know we had a lot of people go to bed. Do y'all like getting to vote on what we do on stream? Ah, glad to have you, Lucy.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, no, I 100% feel that, Allie. The reason my understanding is the reason that those like really long titles exist is because they were web novels, like web light novels, and you couldn't, and all you would see is like the title or something. Like they didn't give any room for like a summary or a synopsis or anything. So you had to be able to know what it was going to be about just from the title. That was it was something I like learned about that. And that's why they have all those really stupid long titles. So we could talk about how like Outcast came to be, right? So Outcast with an E at the
Absolutely.
end. Came from, of course, being one, you could be a castaway, right? That's a thing you have in Mariner times and everything. But you are also an outcast of society. That's obviously the callers, the pirates on their island. They are, outcasts of society, willing or not, get to fun to be out. You like choosing?
Lots of
But
inspiration.
you also just like
pulled from
whatever.
that.
But yes, and then on top of that, Estrog, is that you have the caste system, with where it's spelled CASTE, right? And they are breaking out of the caste, right? Like they're trying to break the whole system, sort of things, right?
I always like my titles with
And
double
so
layers of meaning.
That one has, honestly, it has like triple layers of meanings. But so that's how we got Outcast, right? Is from those triple layers of meaning. The actual like original sort of logo design of the title design had like a little pyramid for the A, like the caste system pyramid that they always do about. That got scrapped, obviously. But yeah, that was one of the working titles. Is the working title for our next comic a spoiler? I don't know how much we do or do not want to reveal. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of story stuff going on.
We could give the title for the next comic.
Okay.
Gotta be honest, I don't think on initial hearing people will put it together.
Well, I'll explain a
that
little
quickly.
bit about the vibes, but we're not going to story-wise anything.
Okay.
So, our current working title could be subject to change if, like, things in the comic itself change. For our next title, again, no release date. It will be well after Outcast is done. Do not expect
Very,
anything
very
before that.
in the future.
It is just something we think about sometimes. But it is currently called Co-Extant. There may or may not be like a subtitle to that. Who knows? But that comes from the word extant, which is the opposite of extinct. And then you have coextant, like coexist, or, you know, like cooperative, like that sort of thing. So coextant. And there's definitely going to be vibes of like environmentalism and community and things like that. So that is the current working title. Again, could change, who knows? I will say as a person, I'm usually like, that's the one and we're done. So who knows? I mean, I don't remember a lot of titles for Outcast.
I'm the one who likes to go back and workshop.
Yeah, so again, could
Or
not
he
be.
likes to do one and done. I go back
is
and
beautiful.
workshop quite a bit.
Co-sextant.
See,
Yes.
that's the pun I'm worried about people making.
What? It won't be pirates, though. Oh, see, Allie likes co-extant.
All right.
I think it fits all of the vibes of the story we were going to tell.
It
See, Allie likes
currently
the
works
vibe.
very well for what we got.
See, Estrog likes it too. But yeah, subject
Alright,
to change.
alright.
But I don't know. I'm feeling it. I'm just saying. With all of the character design shit we've been talking about, I'm just saying. I really like co-extant. Not gonna lie. But very naughty.
Very
No.
naughty.
But yes, with that, we will be ending out the evening.
Yes. We'll
we
wrap it up.
Do have Ace Attorney tomorrow. The last one before Dylan returns to the mines. I know, Allie, I know. Exactly, coexistence. No, exactly, Allie, exactly. But so that's the way to think about your comic title, right? I would think about what is the themes of the comic, of the story you're telling, right? And how can you summarize that in a couple words? And then also on top of that, look it up on the internet. After you like do that, look up the name on the internet to make sure that nothing weird is related to it, or like when you look it up, there's like something really, you know, you don't want to be associated with, anything like that. So make sure to look stuff up. Oh, well, there you go. Works. How long you in the UK, Estrock? Because it'll be 3 weeks of Dylan in the mines. And then he'll be 3 weeks out of the mines. And then it'll be 3 weeks back in the mines.
And then we'll
And then hopefully...
wax on, wax off.
And then... yeah, something like that. 10 days? Alright, so you'll be back by time the thing is.
Oh, that'll be perfect.
There you go, Allie. That's how you do it. I wish you luck.
And I
But-
promise we'll remain entertaining.
Weeks on, weeks off, indeed. So thank you all for coming. In addition to the names on screen of our lovely YouTube channel members, we also have the Jester, who joined as a Doofus Detective last week, who will hopefully be updated, or you can get on top of that, but you know, we had time. Doggo made my life very, very not productive. And thankfully, no more Doggo. Doggo's back home. And
Doggo
we
is
shall
happy
now-
once more.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. We will see you tomorrow for Ace Attorney.
Good night, everybody. Take care.